Hey, your
Are we live
favorite tech
again?
challenged activists are here.
The anti-tech activists who are doing their best in order to make a proper
Okay,
stream. Let
I'm
us
going
see.
to post
Let me
the
see.
link. That will work. We could just do this. This is fine. We had a lot of non-vegans last time. I don't know.
That's
We'll
true.
see.
That's
But
true. That's
until
true. Yeah. So I have an idea, Lucy. Until we have followers on TikTok, in order to do this over there, we just go live like this. All right.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. Hello, people. Sorry for the technical hiccups. How do you spell hiccups? Like this.
It should work now.
Yeah, number one, Lambret. L- Lambret. Lambretta Barnes. Thank you for joining again, people. Thank you for being so patient with us. You the
Mm-hmm.
best vegans. We promise we're gonna make it work awesome in the future. We just need to learn a little bit about these things. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be fine. So now we are in a different software, and we're gonna be able to do this properly. Hopefully we'll have some people join again. If you can, please press the like button. Maybe like that, we're gonna get a little bit more. Thank you very much. Or maybe we're gonna get the non-vegans enter this stream right now. Hopefully. Well, last time we did have a couple of calls in in this setting, so hopefully it goes well again like that. All right. Lucy is doing
Yeah.
all the technical stuff right now.
That's why it's not working. um,
Funny. Funny.
I mean, I'm not super tech savvy, but hey, this works or whatever. It worked last time. It will work this time.
Uh-huh. Well, and I think the only thing that I don't like, a couple of things I'm not a fan of this method right now is I think that if we do it over on like vertical format, the algorithm shares it best. That's one reason, and the other reason is like I like the background that we have. I mean,
Me too.
no worries because we're gonna do this on TikTok once Lucy has the amount of followers necessary to do that. If anyone is has TikTok and is not following Lucy, please do so. Oh, good, Lucy, you're doing
I don't
something
know.
there.
I'm
You're doing something.
trying to see.
You're doing something. Okay. We're trying to put the image in the background there.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. We are
Eh,
live again. We are so sorry that we just ended up the other stream. It was going well in terms of the amount of people. We were having some interactions in the chat, but we had to end it because YouTube just
does
didn't
not
let.
work.
YouTube only lets two people at the same time in its feature go live together. So that's just bad. We can't do it like that. So right now, Lucy just posted
I'm
the
gonna make a
link.
poll again.
Yes, let's do the poll again. Let's set that up. Meanwhile, I'm gonna press lots of hearts in the reactions section. All those hearts. So the
So,
algorithm picks it up.
Renzo, talk a bit about what veganism is, please.
Right. That's true. And what we're doing here as well. Okay. So me and Lucy, we are both vegan. What is a vegan? Is someone who has the moral principle that us humans should not exploit animals. We should not. We think we should not view them as resources, as our property, because animals are sentient just like us. They have their own interests, and they have a subjective experience of life, and they would rather not be exploited. So we think there is no justification for exploiting animals. The
Wait. Lambretta, are you vegan? In the chat, can you let us know? Maybe you can't. Well, we'll just add him, okay? Because he might be non-vegan or vegan. Well, maybe he's just helping us out with the testing. So we
Yeah.
really appreciate that that's the case as well. I'm adding you to stage, Lambretta. Your camera should be off right now. That's what I see.
Hello,
Fly
can you
for
hear me?
justice. Hello.
Hi.
Are you vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just testing it, make sure it works.
Thanks so much.
I'm on my phone as well, so it works on phones.
Thank you very
Yay,
much for the
StreamYard.
information.
Thanks so much.
I'll jump down. No problem.
All right.
Excellent. So, Lambretta, thank you so much for jumping up in the conversation. Now we know if you're in the phone or if you're in a computer, you can join this conversation easily. And you're vegan. So, 2 thumbs up there. Excellent. Now we're looking for non-vegans.
Yeah, so far there's 100% vegans.
Yes, 100% vegan. So right now it's a vegan stream. But oh, look at that. One non-vegan just arrived here. So say hi in the chat. Non-vegan.
We won't gang up on you. You'll talk to us one at a time. And yeah, we just want to know why you aren't vegan and talk about it. You have to be over 18, or I think, yeah, it's over 18. And you can be anonymous if you wish to be by turning off your camera.
Thank you so much to all the people who are very patient with us. And we're going to make it better and better each time. Decent and then better. Because we needed to end the previous stream, but now we're here. It's working. And if you are a non-vegan, just click the link so that you would be able to speak to one of us, just one of us at a time. We're going to have a respectful conversation. We want to know why you're not vegan. We also want to know what do you think veganism is? Because that's very important. Because some people say that they're not vegan and they're just thinking about a diet, right? So veganism has nothing to do with diets. Veganism is just a moral principle where we think animals should not be exploited, should not be treated as objects by us. Oh, wow. There's a person here. Yeah. So we have Atepa, who says that is not vegan anymore. Do you want to tell us why? If you can click the link, you'll be joining the conversation with us. And it's going to be a just chill conversation. We want to know why you're not vegan anymore.
And you'll talk to Renzo this time.
Yes, I'll talk to you. Yes. Meanwhile, I'll show this shirt. So beautiful. It's a fox. Foxes are nice. Why would we want to use this sentient creature in order to create like a jacket? It's so upside down to me. Can anybody who is non-vegan explain that to me? Multiple sclerosis. Do you wanna jump in the conversation so that we can talk instead of being looking over in the chat? It's gonna be way easier. Anyways, if you have problems with your diet, Atepa, and you need to get all of your nutrition, well, that's like just like everyone.
Wait, I looked it up and there are websites saying that it can support you actually. Like, for example, overcoming MS, plant-based vegan or overcoming MS diet. The vegan diet may benefit people with MS, multiple
Yeah,
sclerosis, by
yeah,
reducing inflammation. Maybe, also, you said it was your neurologist, right?
yeah,
These people aren't trained in nutrition or anything like that.
yeah.
They have a short class in like college and stuff. I'm just saying, have you done more research on that, or did you just trust? Because I understand you would trust your doctor, but they're not necessarily like trained in nutrition. So I mean, I just did a Google research, and I mean, it's like, for example, there's some stuff. Let me just show my screen real quick because this is
Good.
interesting. This could help people actually.
Good.
Yes.
Atepa, this one's for you. We're gonna share
Can you
something on
see
the
it?
screen.
I can see. Okay. So like, look at this: diet and disease-related outcomes in multiple. Plant-based diet is a backbone for dietary recommendations in MS patients. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff you can find. Just look it up. I don't know. Have you looked it up? Because obviously we're not doctors, but a lot of diseases can be helped by a fully plant-based diet. And it looks at first glance that it's not a problem as much as you might think. I don't know.
Yes,
Let us know.
I just want to add that MS doesn't require animal exploitation. You can ask experts like like a registered dietitian or a nutritionist.
No, this is not accurate. I'm sorry. Like omega-3s, DHA, omega-3s you can find in a plant-based diet. Otherwise, I mean, we need those things as well, right? There are supplements for that, and you can absolutely get those. And as well, like, I mean, this is not one of the things that are hard to find in a plant-based diet. I would encourage you to do more research to not victimize other animals for things that you can find in a plant-based diet and actually can help you. So really, please look it up more. That's what I would say.
Yes, and just you don't have to trust what we say. By the way,
Yeah, of course.
there's studies on this, and Lucie right there on the description of the video just posted a lot of stuff. Check out the health and nutrition part, and you can also help yourself today by just investigating online. And yes, like according to what we have found in science, there's just it's not necessary to have animal stuff, to exploit animals in order to be healthy, having multiple sclerosis. So if you want, you can jump in a conversation with us if there's still questions that you have. But basically, look up for experts in nutrition. Don't hear what your doctor says, because doctors are not nutritionists. It's
Yeah.
different. They are not trained in nutrition, and in our culture, yes, if people just think about protein, they're just gonna say to you, "Hey, you need more meat," right? And people think that if a doctor says that to you, then it's like legit, but it's not. Doctors are not nutritionists, and you can, according to the science, we can totally thrive on plant-based diets.
And we can actually live longer and prevent some diseases and manage some, like MS, apparently.
Yes. So, yep. If you want, Tepa, you can join the conversation. So, if you have like more questions.
Sure, Atepa, but we obviously get those as well. We need those, and we get those. That's not one of the nutrients that are said to be careful about in the vegan diet. Yeah, I just feel like you're kind of using that as an excuse to continue exploiting other animals, because you're not hearing us when we say that
Yeah,
you can't have that.
yeah, and I also think it's okay. You might be confused because if a doctor tells you, hey, you should
Wait a sec.
yeah, I hear
I'll
some
be right
noises in the
back.
background. Yes. All right. Well, it's just me. It's just me right now. So for now, I'm just gonna say, Atepa, you can all this stuff that you're saying. This we can get it with a plant-based diet, and it's not us who are gonna tell you how. Please seek for experts in nutrition. They're gonna tell you how to do it properly according to your own case. And just remember that doctors or neurologists are not dietitians. They don't study nutrition. And in our culture, they're just gonna tell you, yeah, eat more fish, get this, fish omega supplement or whatever, because it's just normalized in our society to do so, right? So just want to make you remember that veganism is a moral stance where we don't exploit other animals, right? So since we actually can thrive on a plant-based diet, you can totally seek up for help with professionals in nutrition to set it right and just continue your life normally without any problems, just not exploiting animals. It's
And
totally
this is why
doable.
I think it might be an excuse you're using, because I looked it up and it was, yes, you can find DHA omega-3 in a vegan diet primarily through microalgae and algae-based supplements. So I don't see the problem. I feel like you didn't look it up or something.
Yeah, Tepa, please look it up and seek
But then
for
she should know this
professional help.
then.
Yeah,
How come she
yeah.
doesn't know this?
Well,
It's very
it's
easy to find online.
and also it's harder to communicate with you if we're doing it over the chat. If you want, you can come up. If you genuinely have questions, we can help you out.
It would be one at a time, wouldn't be both of us.
Yes, one at a time. It's gonna be just a chill conversation. But I think like the number one question that you have to ask yourself is like, do you think that it's okay to exploit other animals? Because if you truly think it's not, it's not justifiable to use animals like your own resources, like for nutrition or like you said before, for fashion and stuff. Then that's the most important thing, right? You got the why, right? Everything else you can figure it out. If you need for your case, we would recommend you to seek professional help. So go ask a nutritionist, right? And they will help you out how you should get your nutrients without having to exploit animals. So the why goes first. If you are already down with the why, everything else uh, it's gonna be doable. Okay. So yeah, I would think if you wanna expand the conversation, join us. If you have genuine questions, we can have a talk. But yeah, otherwise, just don't trust what your neurologist or doctors say about nutrition because they're not experts in nutrition. They don't study nutrition, right?
Yeah.
Maybe people
Which is
think,
so weird.
yeah, yes. I heard in
Yeah, now it's just excuses. See, this is what I mean. We told you that you don't have to choose between them, and then you say you value human life, health, and well-being over animal life. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about you don't need to do this to them. And
Yep.
it's not about valuing, because if I don't value you, does it mean it's okay for me to use you as an object, It has nothing to do with that.
Hello, Luis Ghetto. The hand there. I just leave this hand, this waving hand, in all of the Luis Ghetto comments over the internet. It's our way of communicating. And so, yeah, Atepa, I think that you may be a little bit lost by reading your comments here. Hey, if you want to come up and talk to us, just we're gonna be chill. We're gonna be chill,
And you
and
talk to Renzo because I'm not starting this time.
I'm gonna talk to you. Let me check out how is the poll going right now. Actually, I don't see it, Lucie. I don't see the poll.
It's 86% yes, I'm vegan. So
now I can't see the poll, but you can. So now you're
I'm
the
on
poll
YouTube.
person. I'm on YouTube too. That's weird. Maybe I have the window like very
maybe
like
refresh.
maybe what?
Refresh.
Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna refresh. Pew.
Because last time I didn't see it either. It's so weird.
No, I can't see it. I'm gonna ask the people. Do you guys see the poll? Because I can't see it.
Oh, whatever. I'll let you know. So
right
now it's 89% vegan. So non-vegans, please jump in and we'll have a chat.
Are there any non-vegans in the chat? Say hey, because we want to see where you're at. We want to talk to you.
People see it. It's working apparently.
Excellent. Okay.
Maybe
thank you for letting us know.
You have another device, maybe.
Maybe I can check in another device, but okay, no worries. Lucie just posted a link over there. If you're not vegan, this is your chance to have a conversation with vegans, because we want to know why you think exploiting animals is okay. And it's going to be a chill conversation. We're not going to be 2 against 1. We're going to have one-on-one conversations, pretty chill. And hopefully we learn something from it. Yes. We are live. Who is non-vegan? Who is a non-vegan? Say hey in the chat, because we see you in the polls. But besides this person that was not tracking, and I forgot the name, Atepa. No one else is saying hello. Say
Maybe
hello.
we should talk about some vegan some objections people have about veganism. For example, what do they say? Oh yeah,
what do they not say?
What
do they not say?
Renzo, what would you say to someone who says that lions eat gazelles, so it's okay for us to?
Well, that's lions eat gazelles. It's just that's like appealing to nature kind of stuff. Like, why would we get our morals from what are wild animals doing out of desperation in the forest or whatever? We as humans have the capacity to think about our actions. We are moral agents. This means that we can figure out if something is good or bad ourselves. It's what we've done throughout history, right? Because it was also very natural for us to keep human slaves, but just after we thought about it, we just progressively get better and better. So it's the same thing with exploiting animals. This is our thing here. We are trying to tell people or to make people realize that it's wrong to exploit animals because it's completely unnecessary. And animals care about what happens to them the same way us care about what happens to us. So yeah, lions also do a bunch of weird stuff that we would not think is justified to do as well. Do they like smell their butts, Lucie? Am I gonna now go out the street and start doing that like a weirdo and just say like, yo, just lions do it, right? Yeah, absolutely weird kind of reasoning there. Completely, it's a fallacy. It's called naturalistic fallacy, because something happens in nature just does not tells us if it's good or wrong. right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Any non-vegans in the chat, say hey, because we want to chat with you. Besides Ameta, anyone else wants to join a conversation and tell us why you're not vegan?
You can be anonymous. You have to be over 18.
That's right. Gotta be over 18. We don't want to have problems with YouTube or with whatever.
What else is a
common excuse? How about crop deaths, Lucie?
Oh.
So like,
let me just repost the link real quick. Okay, crop deaths. So this one is interesting because it's actually they say that argument against veganism when it's but first it doesn't have much to do with veganism, but also it is an argument for veganism in a funny way, because so the reason why it doesn't have much to do with veganism is because veganism is the stance against the exploitation of other animals. It's not really about death because, for example, when I walk on the sidewalk, I can avoid as much as possible to like step on ants, but there are some that I don't see, for example. Unfortunately, like it's not about harm, because harm, you can only diminish it. You cannot really make a stance about it, right? Veganism is against the exploitation of other animals, meaning using them as resources, objects, or slaves. Thanks, Jason. Okay. And when it comes to crop deaths, what's interesting is because like the animals that non-vegans consume and exploit take a lot of crops to like they are fed a lot of crops during their lifetime, because just remember the size of them as well, like for example a cow, and so they take all of these crops for a lifetime. It takes much more crops to feed them, to feed these animals, instead of feeding the vegans directly. And basically you also have a lot of calories that get lost in the process. So all these calories from the plants get lost when you filter them through the animal. Basically, it's like about 90% calorie loss. So it's basically like such a waste of resources. Like you're trying to be as wasteful as you can, but whatever. So of course, the more crops you have, the more crop deaths you get, the more accidental or even non-accidental crop deaths. So if you really care about animals in general, you care about the exploitation, and you care about crop deaths, go vegan. It helps a lot.
yep.
But yeah.
Otherwise, you're just
Exactly,
using
Simon.
it as an excuse, or maybe you don't really know what veganism is, because truly it just has nothing to do with it. Are you vegan? Is it can you read this, or is it backwards?
No, it's good.
Okay?
It's good.
Nice.
Working.
So, are you vegan? Are you vegan? If you're not vegan, come chat to us. We want to have conversations with you. We want to know if you actually know, first of all, what veganism means, because there are many misconceptions about the term. And why do you think it's justifiable to use other animals, like if they were your property for your own gains?
Wait, there's an interesting thing about that. So how is it abused though? Because I understand it's rough, but okay, one, it's different because it's for our survival. We need to manage crops for survival. We just need to. So it's very different from animal exploitation, just like using them as objects unnecessarily. And secondly, you can improve when it comes to crop deaths, and I think we should. There are ways that we can reduce crop deaths in the making of our food. So I think that's what we need to focus on. But again, that has nothing to do with veganism. Let's be clear.
Yep. Okay, so you're a non-vegan, right? Elma de Verge. I'm sorry, I'm just so bad at reading names. If you're not vegan, just click the link and we're gonna have a more fluid conversation with you. We just want to know, why do you think being non-vegan is acceptable?
And you'll talk to Renzo, not both of us. It was not going to be ganging up on you.
Yep, I'm going to be talking to you.
And you can be anonymous by turning off your camera, and you need to be over 18 or 18.
That's right. Gotta be over 18. Yeah, would you be willing to come up here, join us in a conversation?
True, Simon. The crop farmers are, for the most part, non-vegans. It's not as they care that much about the crop deaths. Because yeah, imagine if we have a vegan world, like how caring people will be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's funny, right? Because if someone is gonna care about what happens to other animals, it's probably gonna be the vegans. So when you are excusing yourself in order to exploit other animals by saying, that that crop deaths exist, then it's just it all becomes very weird.
Yeah. It's using
There's the
an
link.
unfortunate thing to justify what you're doing. That's unnecessary and
Yes.
horrible. So
Well said, Lucy. Like, you're using what do you say?
an unfortunate thing.
An
I
unfortunate
think it was a
thing.
big conflict, but
No, perfect, because we don't
we're
like
non-vegan.
crop deaths. We would like to improve that, and it's totally doable. By the way, probably if we have a vegan world, we would care way more about crop deaths, which is like Simon says.
And again, it would improve like
Farmers are not
crazy
vegan.
because 70% of agricultural land would be freed, which is what I forgot to say, which is a huge number. So it would be drastically reduced.
Yeah.
Most of it would be reduced. So, like, I mean, obviously it's better. It's better for everybody and everything. So,
Yes. El Moduverk, what do you think about that answer? What do you think about that? Are there any more genuine doubts that you might have? We could address them over in a call. If you press that link, you would be requesting to join up, and we would be very chill. We would have conversations one-on-one. If you don't want to show your face, it's okay. We just keep it anonymous. And yeah, let's just have a little conversation here.
Can you not click the link? Is it not working? You did? I don't understand what he means. Did you try to click the link, Elmo? Elmo?
Yeah, what's going on there? El Moduverk. It's hard to read names.
It should work now. It worked last time, so it should work now.
Yeah, it should work. Plus Lambretta.
Yeah, he tried.
Clicked the link before and he got up and it was working fine. So, and he did it over the phone, I think he said to us.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if he tried. I'm not sure. It wasn't very clear.
Yes. I wonder if maximally sophist user is going to be.
We're not gonna fall into it again. The link works. It takes about 30 seconds. Okay, maybe that's what the.
El Moduverge. Request up. El Moduverge. Come on, we want to talk to you.
In the meantime, let's talk about what else? Protein? How would you get protein on a vegan diet, Renzo?
I just had some amazing seitan. That's a good one. You can get protein in so many different plant-based sources. Seitan comes from the wheat, is called in English. Am I right, Lucy? Well, I also had lentils today. I need a lot of protein because I love to do exercise, a lot of exercise. So I eat plenty of calories and also many plant-based foods that are excellent to get protein. Tofu is another very good protein source. It comes from soy normally, because I think you can have tofu made out of other legumes. It's pretty interesting.
I don't know that. Elmod is saying something Elmod, why aren't you coming on the stream?
Oh, is it though?
Also, the vegan
First world
argument is a
problem.
first world problem. Okay, what would you say to that then? Oh, you will jump on in a bit? Oh, awesome.
Are you gonna jump in a call, El Mojuberg? I mean, in this conversation, El Mojuberg, the question is for you, right? Why aren't you vegan, right? If you are chatting to us over on YouTube, you can probably find and afford plant-based food like lentils, rice, pasta, maybe tofu, nuts, seeds, vegetables, fruits, and actually, now that you say it, like first world problem, all of the foods that I've mentioned so far, they are pretty common. So they
Yeah,
are
they're
like.
much more affordable than animal products in most countries. And there's a link in the description about studies about that. You can check it out. And when you think about it, like all the stuff that you mentioned, Renzo, like lentils, rice, vegetables, like canned stuff, super cheap
Mhm.
compared to eggs, for example, or meat, whatever. I mean, I
Yep.
should say flesh.
And well, flesh is actually a luxury. I want to
Item?
say item. Yes, but it's just difficult for me to call some other
Yes.
ones flesh an item.
Yeah.
But yeah, here in our culture, yep, flesh is definitely something that takes a lot of energy and resources to create. Right? If we are feeding all of these animals with plants, if we go to the source and need the
A
plants
lot of water.
instead and water, yeah, um, it's just basic logic. It's gonna be way less resources. So I mean that's why in many countries in the world that are not like first world, they would have access to all of these foods, right? So it's not the problem of veganism is just a moral question, right? And since you are here on YouTube chatting with us, it means you can definitely, most likely, be vegan. So, yeah, pointing that out just does not give you a justification to continue exploiting animals.
Also, it's kind
So,
of gross, to be honest, because it's like you feel like entitled to their bodies, which is the most privileged thing you could think of. Like it's like, come on.
Yep. Animals are sentient. They have the capacity to have an experience of life, just like us, and they have their own preferences. They have rich emotional lives. They can make friendships, miss their families, feel stuff, be sad, feel
Have personalities.
joy. Yeah, they have their own personalities, and like yeah, they're very similar like us in many ways. So since they are their own individuals, the question is like, why do you feel entitled to use them as your own property, right? Do you want to come up and talk to us instead of just posting the questions in the chat? Maybe that would be way more fluid,
He
and we
said
can.
he can't right now, but maybe later.
Okay,
Or she, whatever.
running around. Okay.
If there's anyone else,
Yep.
you're very welcome to
How
come
is the
on.
poll going, Lucy? Because I still
81%
cannot.
vegan, so about 20%
Right.
non-vegan.
So there are plenty of non-vegans in the that have answered the poll here. Is there any non-vegan in the chat? Say hey, because we want to talk to you. We want to talk to you. It's gonna be a chill conversation. It's gonna be a one-on-one conversation where it's not gonna be two against you. And so, oh, there it is. He is or she is chatting again. I have 4 chicken, so eggs are free, 70 calories, 80% protein. Yeah, I mean, please come up, because it seems that you're not really understanding what we're saying here. You're exploiting chickens in order to get a food that is not necessary. That, like, 80% protein stuff, you can get protein on a plant-based diet. So, like, if you go and you buy a chicken, that means someone else has a business and it's creating chickens in order to exploit them. And since it's a business, they want the chickens to be very efficient for the task that we think we're entitled to give them, right? And so they are selectively bred. In 50 years, it's crazy how these animals have become total sort of Frankensteins that just produce so much of what we want to get from them, that to this point it just gives them horrible illnesses, and they die early, they suffer. It's just awful. I think that a
Yeah.
chicken naturally would be able to lay uh, 1 egg each month
No. It's, I
naturally.
think what I remember is in the wild, their ancestor was like, it was 15 to 20 twice a year, but now it's 300 a year. And
Yeah.
they actually, their bones break from all the nutrients that they cannot retain because they're making eggs for you. So what they do in vegan sanctuaries, when they rescue chickens that have been bred, like you said, as Frankenstein's, basically, is that they give them a hormonal implant to regulate their hormones so that they don't have to lay eggs until they're like, so that until they freaking break their bones. You know what I mean? So do not buy them. Do not buy them as property, but also do not contribute to this horrible industry.
Yeah. Another
Yes.
thing, chickens who lay eggs are female. So since this has become a business, in order to have, an effective business, we humans would need to get rid of all the male ones, because they are not
Yeah, they only
giving
need
us
very few
eggs.
to keep it going, so
Exactly. So, do you know what happens to the male chicks once they're born and they are not useful for this breeding business? I think that the problem lies in the mentality. It all starts there. When you think, oh, I'm gonna take this animal and use them as if they're my own property. So then I'm gonna do whatever I need to do in order to have the stuff that I want in a more efficient way. It's never going to go according to the interest of the animal, and to this day, just it has
just
become
like
a nightmare. But yeah.
just like chattel slavery could never be in the interests of the humans that were enslaved. Like it's contradictory in terms. Let's not be ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's what they used to say. Like in terms of chattel slavery, one of the arguments was like, but they're doing better with us. It's better than in their country. It's good for them to be enslaved, which is obviously hilarious. But
Yep.
that's exactly what we say now. So
Yep. Is there any non-vegans in the chat besides El Mojuberg, who says that can't join the conversation live because we want to talk to you? We've seen that there's plenty of non-vegans in the poll that have answered that they're not vegan. So if you're not vegan, come up and let's have a conversation.
the link's in the chat. You gotta be over 18 to join. You can be completely anonymous by turning off your camera. I don't think I can turn your camera for you. And yeah, please join. You'll only talk to Renzo this time. We're not gonna gang up on you. I will shut up. Apart from if it's to remind you that the links are in the description. Oh, Elmo's here. Awesome. I'm gonna take advantage of that to go to the restroom real quick.
Excellent. All right, you're up.
Hey,
Finally,
can you
you
hear
were
me?
able to join. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Sorry, I was doing
All
some
right.
running around.
Okay, thank you for joining. So yeah,
No problem.
I think we haven't said this clear first. Do you know what's veganism?
No, actually, give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We are waiting for our first guest to join. He said to us to wait. Hopefully, they won't run away. I don't think so. It seemed like he wanted to have a conversation. What's up, vegan stoner lady? Excellent lives. I love the live that you did with Lucie this Wednesday. Good conversations there. So, we are going to do this live with Lucie every Saturday. And the idea is that we want to do it over on TikTok. So in order to do that, we need Lucie to get 500 followers. There's a few left, if I remember correctly. So if anyone is on TikTok and is not following Lucie, please go and do so, because that will help us a lot in our format here that we want to do. We're going to have way more conversations over on TikTok than in here. And right now we have a person in line who told us to please
Back.
wait a second. Oh, there you are.
Yes.
What's your name?
Elmo.
Elmo.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, man. So the question is, if you know what veganism is.
To my knowledge, veganism is the trying to prevent the exploitation or use of animals, which is either by consumption or by using them as a product or as labor.
Right, like viewing them as property, right? Is the moral
Yes.
principle basically that us humans should not exploit animals. And so what do you think about that? Do you think it's fair to exploit and use animals for our own gains?
I believe so.
Do you think it's fair?
Yes.
And
Well,
and
fair. Let me say this. Fair doesn't apply to this.
how
Fair
so?
is because fair is relative.
Hmm. We may think the same in the sense that morals could to me morals are subjective, but I want to know
Right.
your reason, right? Like let me give you an example. If I am using a dog, right?
Yes.
So I just unalive them in order for me to get food. Would you say that that's fair? Would you think that, or think that wouldn't apply?
It depends on where you're at, which country you're at, and if that was your only means of protein. Like for example, in the States, for you to say you're gonna unalive a dog would be very cruel because in the States we have an association to dogs.
One
Whereas
second.
in
Oh,
other country,
gotcha,
it's a fair point.
yeah, I gotcha. But so what you're saying here is that if the culture does it, then it's fair. Is that where we're getting at?
To an extent.
Right. So if a culture does something terrible to women, if they treat women as inferior, is that fair because it's the culture?
I don't associate animals and humans as equal.
Sure, but what about like the question though, like if the culture says it's okay to treat women as inferiors, do you think that that would be fair? Don't think about animals, other animals right now.
It would be relative to that culture.
So, but what I'm asking is if you think it would be fair.
Uh, No,
Right.
I don't think it would be fair.
Okay, so you think that if other culture thinks that or treats women as inferior, it's not fair. But if culture treats animals as inferiors to the point that we exploit them and unalive them for our own gains, it is fair. So there's a difference there, and I want to ask you, what's the morally relevant difference between one and the other that justifies viewing exploiting animals as fair because of culture?
Exploiting in what way? Because here in the States, we have animals that work for a living.
I mean, exploiting them is just using them unfairly without their consent, and just viewing them as our own resources. So what we do to animals to this point is we even unalive them for our purposes. We like selectively breed them,
Right.
and all this stuff. So yeah, like is that justifiable?
Well, selective breeding is something we've always done, but as in it being justifiable, yes, it's justifiable to an extent.
Okay, but the difference though. So let's focus on that. Like, what's the morally relevant difference between in this case a woman and some other animal that justifies the difference in treatment? Because you would not accept other culture viewing women as inferior, but you do accept and view as fair other using animals and exploiting them because of culture. So can you name
Well,
a morally relevant difference between these two creatures that justifies the difference in treatment?
yes, women are humans and animals are of a different species than us. So we treat our own kind to an
Sure,
extent
sure,
better
but
than we
how
would
is
animals.
sure, but that's a difference. But I'm asking for a morally relevant difference. So basically, it would justify it, right? I'm gonna give you an example. For example, plants are not sentient, right? This means plants cannot feel or experience what we're doing to them. Okay, so if we exploit plants, it would be okay. Versus if we exploit some sentient animal, that's a morally relevant difference. You know what I mean?
I know,
Right.
but to an extent, though,
Because
because plants actually do have feelings.
we would need evidence to see that, because
Well, I mean,
as far as
they
I'm
have.
concerned,
I mean,
there's no like science paper or like a scientific conclusion that says that.
which is why I'm saying to an extent, because there have been some studies where people have spoken nicely to plants and and sing to plants, and they do respond to sound and music, and they also respond to when it's being harmed by defending themselves. It's not as rapid as a mammal can defend itself, but they do have ways of defending themselves.
When you
You
say
know,
that they are defending themselves, it seems that you're saying that they're sentient and they have their own purpose, right? But
right? Because they can
plants
communicate with
as
each other as well through their
but
root
that's
systems.
there's a difference between intelligence and sentience. uh Plants are alive but are not sentient, and in their own system they can pass chemicals to each other and do stuff in order to react to stimuli. But this doesn't mean that they have a subjective experience of life, meaning there's no such thing as being a plant. Like, you open your eyes and you're a plant. As far as we know, there's no scientific consensus at all that says that. It's pretty much the contrary. What we've learned up to now is that sentience is a property that emerges from a brain. And so we do know that animals are sentient, but we definitely are don't have not reached that conclusion at all, not near, about plants. So yeah,
Which is why I said,
they're not sentient.
which is
They're
why,
not sentient.
which is why I said to an extent, because plants
Yeah.
can feel and they can communicate. And they actually have used, well, not plants in general, but like fungus and stuff like that, to program logic boards and stuff like that. I mean, I saw them program use a fungus to play Doom.
Okay, but again, these things are reacting to stimuli, right? I've seen some very interesting stuff where they can convert plant stuff into music as well, right? They plug in things and just that's chemistry, all right. So again, and I think I think we can agree, because you're saying like to an extent, or
Yeah.
plants.
So let's agree. Let's agree that plants are not sentient.
Yes, because that
For the sake
was
of the
just
conversation.
good for the sake of conversation. This was just an example to say that there's a morally relevant difference there. If something is not sentient, means they are not having an experience of life. There's no one there, like a chair. I can kick a chair, and it's not like a morally bad thing to do necessarily, because the chair is just not there. There's no such thing as being a chair, but it is such a thing as being a cow, a chicken, a pig, a lamb. Animals that we exploit are sentient, and that's very relevant morally to not exploit them, right? So let's get back to where we were.
So what about a symbiotic relationship? Let's say a farmer that has sheep, and he has sheep for the sake of their wool. So now he has to shave down the wool every so often, and he uses the wool for his own product. The sheep also benefit because having that wool taken off of them during certain times, it benefits them. It allows their skin to breathe, and their fur doesn't get matted.
Why do you think sheep to this day and age grow so much? How do you call it? Hair? You call it hair? It's probably there's
wool.
Well, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, why do sheep produce so much wool?
Well, they always produce wool, and usually
not naturally though. Not naturally though. It's because we're using them. And what I said before is like when humans have this mentality that they can use animals and it's okay, they're gonna do whatever they can in order to get as much of that product that they need from the animal. And yeah, we can say today that, oh, it's so good to shave them, right? Because they're gonna breathe and stuff. But the only reason why it happens in the first place, like we made a mess of these animals by selectively breeding them through time. And so like I'm questioning here the mentality, right? Because if you truly would like to take care of a sheep, you would not be exploiting them and selling their stuff and using them for your own business and your own gains. So so I'm questioning the mentality here when we talk about veganism, right?
Let's use the sheep right now, and let's say that we've bred them to this point where they produce this much wool, right? If we were to leave them alone at this point in time, their wool would get matted. They'd have lice and stuff infecting them, and there'd be no way for them to be able to get rid of this without having to shave them. So we stop shaving them altogether because we're no longer going to be abusing the sheep. Now the sheep will end up dying because we bred them to this point, and now we're going to stop for their sake. And this whole species is going to die because we are now stopping this process.
I would say just bring the sheep to a century where people actually care about them instead of viewing them as they can get something out of them. Right?
Well, here's the thing. So we did it out of necessity.
Well, a long time ago, maybe.
Right. Yes. So the process began out of necessity, and it became a symbiotic relationship where we shave the
I
sheep.
don't like that word. Sorry, like symbiotic relationship. I wouldn't accept that really, because what truly is going on here is that we are using them, and in as long as it's beneficial to us, maybe we do stuff that might be good for them. But again, I am questioning the mentality here. So it's all
Right,
about the mentality. Well,
and they use us to an extent, because even, yes, we're taking
no,
their wool. Now, what we give in return is we give them protection, and we protect them from other animals that hunt them.
but they exist in the first place because we are breeding them in order to get something from them. Because again, the mentality, we view them as our property, our resources, right? So it's easy to say that we take care of them in the sense that they have no chance or less chance of getting predated. Animals sorry, predation. Okay, sorry about that.
No
So
worries.
yeah, so what I'm saying here, it's easy to say that we're taking care of them in that sense, but we're doing so because it's our product. We want to take care of our product, and the mentality viewing them as a product is the problem here, right? It's never
Right.
gonna be it's if it's just like 1% going against the interest of the animal, it's just a wrong mentality. Again, remember, we're questioning the mentality here because we've gotten so far in this world, like mistreating animals because of the mentality, right? And so let me rewind a little bit. Let's get back to the beginning. We haven't named a morally relevant different between the example that we gave of viewing women as inferior versus feeling entitled to use and exploit animals. Because you said it would not be acceptable to view women as inferior, even though it's culturally normalized, versus if it's culturally normalized, we can exploit animals. So we haven't got yet to a morally relevant difference between these two creatures that would justify the difference in treatment and mentality, really. To think that it's not acceptable to view someone as inferior here versus there. So can you give us a morally relevant difference?
Because women are at the same capacity as men, and we're of the same species. So there's
Okay,
no
but more
inferiority.
that's a difference. That we're a different species. But
Yes.
but how is it morally relevant? Because they are sentient and they are individuals and they care about what happens to them. And for example, when I asked you about the dog, you also said that you wouldn't view it as okay, or maybe I don't remember correctly.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't
this,
view it okay to eat a dog, but in another
right?
culture, they would
Yeah,
view it perfectly fine to eat a dog.
yeah. So yeah, you say it's relative to culture, but like is culture a good justification to to exploit others, right? Because you said that in the case of viewing women as inferior, it's not a good reason. But then when we talk about other animals, you say that it is. And the fact that we're different species is not morally relevant since we're all sentient. So do you have another reason, or sorry, another difference that is morally relevant, so that it's acceptable to exploit animals, view them as properties, and do whatever we want to them?
Oh, because there are animals that can do
We
a
are
better
we're
job
too.
at doing.
We're too.
There,
We are animals
huh?
too. We are animals too.
There are certain animals that do better jobs or better work than we can physically, and for that reason, we need them.
I mean, it's
This is
still
not
it's not
this
still
is not. So, for
this is
example, this is
this
not
is
in regards.
slavery. This is slavery. Sorry, like you want to use an animal because they are stronger than you, and you can use them as transportation, for example, right? But just the animal is their own being who just has their own interests. And like if we found someone who can do a job for us, even if it's a human, the fact that they could do a good job for us, is that a morally relevant reason to enslave them, basically treat them as our own property?
Yes, because we treat each other as property as well.
Other humans
Yes,
as property?
yes. Everybody treats other people as property.
So wait, so if someone treats you as property, meaning, okay, I'm going to keep you in a place as a captive, you can't go away, and I'm gonna take from you whatever I think I need. By the way, we need nothing from animals. That word is tricky. So is that like something fair to do to you? Would you find it fair?
Well, again, right now, it's easier to say. Like I said earlier, well, I
But
texted
sorry,
this earlier.
Elmo, sorry.
Yeah.
Would you think it's fair if someone treated you like that? So I'm gonna keep you captive, and I'm gonna do to you whatever I think I need from you. So that's treating you like property. Are we on the same page there? Do you think that's a fair thing to do to you? Would you accept that?
If you're married, that's what it is.
No, like there's a huge, I mean, that also sounds awful. Sounds awful.
If you're
Are we on the
married,
same page
if you're
about the
married,
being a property?
you are your spouse's property, and your spouse is your property.
Not in the same way that animals are our property. I think this is like getting a little bit. I'm not sure if you're being genuine here, because when viewing animals as property means they are literally our slaves. Like we're keeping them captive, and we're taking from them whatever it is that we want, and we make businesses out of selling their body parts and experimenting on them. Is we keep them on like prisons, basically, to just like I'm talking about zoos here, yeah, like to just for fun or as transportation. This is absolutely not the same as a marriage. So like, are you being genuine?
I'm being cheeky with that last comment.
Yeah, that's a little bit tricky, right? So like, let's keep it genuine.
Okay, so
We have,
honestly, I don't associate slavery and animals in the same context. I
sure, that's
view
a word. That's
animals
a word.
as property
Yeah,
or
yeah. So
as a creature.
that's a word. If you're not fine with using that word, it's still the same thing. We are keeping them captive. We are doing to them whatever it is that we think we need, which, by the way, we don't need anything from animals to this point. So still we haven't. I think you've not named any like reasonable justification to do this
Besides,
to animals.
besides, well, that's the thing. We in the first world country don't need animals the same as other countries do. Other
Maybe somewhere
countries,
in the world people rely on animals. This maybe
many
it's
places
like,
in the world,
no, I wouldn't say
many
that many places in
civilizations
the
need
world.
animals. Yeah,
The fact that they use it and they're like they're in their system right now doesn't
no,
mean
because
that,
their
that
whole
we
culture
really
is
need them.
based around certain animals. Look at the
Right. That's
Mongols.
not that's not that
The
not
Mongols
this.
need their bison, they need their goats. That's what they live off. They live off the milk, they live off the blood, they live off the meat. They don't
Okay.
eat. They're
One
not a
second
nation
though.
that.
One
Yeah.
second though. The question here is, why aren't you vegan? Because it's weird that you would point to other situations in the world where they need animals. I'm not really sure about that what you say is true. But even if it was true, the question is like, why are you exploiting animals right now? Why do you think it's okay to view them as resources for you, and to, let's not use the slavery word because you don't agree with it, although it's just basically the same thing. It's just keeping them captive, using them whatever, however it suits you. So like pointing to another situation in the world does not justify you doing that same thing, right?
Oh no, I was brought up doing, consuming meat, and
Me too.
it's
That's our
something that,
culture.
well, it's something that is part of our nature. Like, we are naturally omnivores, so for us, meat tastes good to us. Had we been vegetarians, meat would taste bad to us.
Well, the omnivores mean that we can get our nutrition both from plants and flesh
Exactly.
and other resources. But since it's proven that we can perfectly well thrive on a plant-based diet, why do we think it's okay to exploit animals to get that same nutrition that we would get without exploiting the animal? Why is it
Because
justified?
because it's in our nature.
Well, that would be like a naturalistic fallacy. It's if it's
It's
not
like trying to.
if it was natural for us to use animals for food,
Right.
that tells us nothing about the morality aspect of it. Okay, so like, remember, let's go back again. Here we're questioning the mentality, right? We're questioning the mentality that is morally acceptable to use animals. Okay, so is there a justification that is reasonable to exploit animals? Because the fact that we're omnivores tells us nothing about the morality aspect of it. The only thing that being omnivores tells us is that we can actually thrive on a plant-based diet. So why don't just do that and stop exploiting animals because it's wrong?
Well, but because that's a moral issue, and everyone's morals are different.
Yeah,
You're
but
morally
I'm
inclined
asking you
mainly
to
to
explain your morals. I'm asking you to explain your morals and tell
right.
us,
So
why do
from
you think it's justifiable? But all of the reasons that you've given us up to this point, culture, nature, pointing another situation in the world where they might need to use animals. All of that stuff that we talk about so far, just it's we've gotten to a point where it's just it's not a reasonable justification, right? So is there anyone any do you have a reasonable counterpoint for veganism?
like I said, for veganism, it's a choice. It's a moral choice,
Yeah,
and I view it because part of my culture is eating meat, and this
mine too.
society, yeah. So this society predominantly uses animals. Had I been brought up in a society that didn't use animals, it'd be a
Okay,
different story.
okay, I think that at this point we're not you're not understanding what I'm saying, because I
Okay.
know that I know that it's culture, it's a cultural thing to
Hmm.
use animals, right? But this does not make it moral, right? I also grew up in a culture where eating flesh and secretions from other animals is normalized.
Hmm.
But I tried to think if there was any just moral justification, and I couldn't come up with any moral justification. And here I'm trying to ask you if you have one, and we haven't hear any reasonable justification for it, right? We've heard other stuff that it does not is just not reasonable, right? You pointed to nature, you pointed to culture, and you pointed to other situations in the world, and if you keep repeating that, then we're getting nowhere. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's
I know what you
not
mean.
going to be yeah.
But
So So yeah, like
See, my
right.
thing is the moral is a relative term, and my morals, it doesn't even account for how you're implying that we're using or
Sure,
abusing animals,
sure.
which makes it difficult
Moral,
for me to answer your question because it's subjective to a certain extent.
yes, it's subjective, but explain it in a way that is reasonable, right? Because like this is how we get our morals. We can discuss, right? But if you've given us fallacies, so if so we can understand that if you have a fallacious reasoning, then it's just not a good reason, right? What culture does is not going to dictate if it's moral or not. We've given examples of that. If something's natural to us, it also does not give us information about the moral aspect of it. You know, like it was natural in the past for us to, you know, unalive each other and do like horrible things, maybe even cannibalize in some cultures. But we just figure it out by, you know, reasoning, and we ended up changing our opinion of these things. And so like if there's no reason up to now for exploiting animals, right? um there's none. So like it's not justified. Can you admit that from
Give me a
your
second.
own
I'm actually.
subjective moral experience? By the way, I know that you just said that, right? This is your
Mhm.
what do you think? Like the title of this video is tell us why you aren't vegan. So we're talking to you, okay? Tell us
Okay.
your morals. And so so basically uh all the stuff that you said, just like I'm pointing out, they are fallacies. So do you have a reason that is that is not a fallacy for why are you exploiting animals right now?
Let me see. I'll give you one. You may not agree with it. Okay, so I view certain creatures as inferior to humans, and there
Okay.
are certain creatures that are beasts of burden in that sense. And in the full sense, burden as in we will work them, we will use them to our benefit, and each one has different benefit, and that is pretty much how I
One
view
second.
certain animals.
Sure. What if I view you that way? What if the world organizes together and views Elmo as an inferior creature, and we would do whatever we want to you? Would that be fair to you?
Let me see. Fair? No, it wouldn't be fair. But again, in this world, unfortunately, might makes right.
Oh well, that's that. But you're not for that, right? You
No,
don't
I'm not
think?
for that. So, for example,
Okay,
if
okay, okay,
you
okay, okay.
want to, in let's say, if you want to impart that onto me, where you want to treat me equal to a beast of burden, and I have the consciousness to object to it, then I will object to it.
And if you didn't, like for example, if you had, if you were like in a like how to call it, um handicapped,
Hmm.
or if you wouldn't be able to understand it. Oh, for example, a baby, a human baby,
Hmm.
does yeah, they can't reason or know what we're doing to them, right? So since they don't know what's going on now, it's do you think it's fair?
No, but again, I don't view a human the same as an animal.
Yeah, but this is the same thing. Like it's about how we would view others, right? Right now you're saying, yeah, like I view animals as inferior. What if I view children or babies, human children, uh dogs as inferior, and I do whatever I want to them, right? does it make it fair? Does it make it okay? Remember, we are trying to get here. If it's morally acceptable. So
It's not morally acceptable because you're of the same species, and as a
no,
species, it
that's
wouldn't make sense.
sorry, you're repeating yourself. We already talked about species. Species is a difference, but it's not a morally relevant difference. In order
Right.
to that makes it right. You know what I mean? So again, we have no we have no good justification up to this point, right? The fact that you view other animals as inferior is just something that's going on in your head right now. By the way,
That's my justification.
right? But it's not justified in like in a reasonable sense.
It's not justified by you in a reasonable sense.
Right, but when I ask you if you would find it moral if I exploit children because they don't know what's going on and I view them as inferior, I suppose that you would say that it's just not correct.
I would find it not correct, yes.
Yeah. So it's the same thing you're doing to animals, right? So I'm pointing out to you that even though you think that that's your justification, in logically speaking, it's not consistent. If it's not consistent, like there's a problem there, because basically we could say the same thing, like I said, to other creatures that maybe you would understand it's morally incorrect. By the way, why is it not moral to exploit children or exploit babies or exploit dogs, in your view?
Well, obvious reasons, children, which is a point we already touched on. I still view it as children are our own, so we don't exploit children.
No, sorry. Again, with this species thing, let's not.
Which is why I said there's a point that we already said.
Yeah, but
so now, for example,
we said it was not relevant.
Dogs.
Sorry. One second. Sorry, but we said it's not relevant. So let's not mention it if it's not relevant, right? So we're in blank right now.
So
why
for you,
is it wrong in your view to exploit children?
That's the only thing. See, for you is not relevant, and for me is very relevant. Because I don't view. That they're humans? Yes.
It's relevant for you, but please explain. How is it morally relevant?
How is it morally relevant?
Mm-hmm.
Because because it's a human child.
No, that's
not that I would
Sorry. You just said that is wrong to exploit a child because they're a child. So I can say it's wrong to exploit a cow because they're a cow. So there's no information there that is like makes any sense. Because
so for example,
because we're all animals and we have the capacity to feel. We are individuals. We care what happens to us, right? Okay, so the animals that you exploit care what happens to them, right? So the fact that they're a cow or the fact that they are human is for the victim is the same thing, right? It is the same thing.
For my morality, for example, I don't have a problem eating meat. I don't have a problem eating beef. I do have a problem eating veal, and that's where I find it.
Why?
I wouldn't eat veal, mainly because it's a young calf, and I don't feel comfortable eating a young calf. Now,
okay, so all of these reasons are just they don't give us like good reasons, or we're not you're setting an arbitrary line there. You say that
everybody's line is arbitrary.
Sure, but we are trying to explain in a way that is consistent, right? The fact that they're young or they're not young, right? It's not morally relevant because for the victim, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. No one who is someone likes to get exploited, likes to be kept captive. All of us, we would just want to be left alone in that matter. None of us would like to be slaves, right? So yeah, like the fact that they're young and or not so young. By the way, we unalive animals like really young compared to their lifespan, because this is just convenient for businesses. So that tells us nothing about the morality aspect of it. Okay, so let's go back to the question: why is it wrong to exploit a human child in your view? And don't answer because they're a human child, because that's just circular reasoning. Give us nothing there.
Well, you kind of got me in a loop then, because that's the main reason why I feel that, you know, why you shouldn't exploit a human child. Now, I'm not saying, all right, wait.
What's it wrong
Let's
to
say,
exploit a child?
no. Give
Why?
me what exploit is, because, for example,
Using
if
them
I have
unfairly.
no. Well, that's another relative term. So, for example, I have a dog.
Using
It,
okay,
I'm
go
using
ahead.
I have my dog. My dog is my pet. Now, he goes, he comes, he does everything he wants to do. I have a big yard. He goes outside. This is that. I protect him from what could be, for example, getting hit by a car, getting attacked by other dogs, and he trusts me as family, and I treat him as family. How is this exploiting him?
I mean, if you adopt a dog and you take care of their own interests, and maybe you save them from a situation, that's not exploitation necessarily. If you
Okay,
buy a dog, you are exploiting animals, because there's a business there that is breeding dogs in order to sell them, and that just makes a huge mess, and that's exploiting animals. But
okay. So let's say now let's say I have chickens. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, my chickens.
same
I
thing. Are
have
you gonna
chickens,
be
and
taking care of their own interests, or you want to have
yes,
them because they're also going to give you eggs? You know what I mean?
they were given to me as a gift.
Well, they're not objects. I can't come
They were given to
and
me as a
tell you,
okay.
hey, here's a gift from you, a
So
sentient being who is their
the
own
chickens were
person.
given to me. Let's say the chickens were given to me as a gift. Now, chickens are growing up
Yeah,
and
sorry,
they lay eggs.
that's already
They lay
wacky.
eggs. The chickens lay eggs. Now,
Yes.
whether they're fertilized or not fertilized, they're going to lay eggs. These chickens, their eggs are not fertilized, and they're going to go spoil. They're going to get spoiled. They lay them everywhere in the yard. For me to pick up those eggs once they lay them, and for me to eat them, is fine. I
Feed
feed
them
the
to the
chickens.
chicken though. Feed them to the chicken though, because chickens, they since they are selectively bred to make so many eggs, because humans wanted them to create so many eggs in order to get their own benefit from it.
Right.
Is it the best if you're truly looking after the animal and their own interests, you may want to feed them the eggs back to them. I think they can recover a lot of nutrition there, because it's very heavy on their own bodies to create so many eggs, right?
Isn't
And
it
I would also
cannibalism?
say that, and I would also say no, and I would also say that it's wrong for someone to give you a someone as a gift. You know what I mean? That's like something that's like normalized. You're viewing the animal as like a resource or an object, like a gift. You know what I mean? And that's wrong. Where did this person got the chicken in the first place? Right? There are businesses that are breeding these animals for their own gains. So maybe they bought the chicken, that's I know you don't accept this word, but that's slavery. I'm just, instead of explaining what slavery
It's not
is,
that I don't
because it's the
accept
same
it.
thing.
It's that you're attributing a word that's generally used for humans on
Sure,
animals.
but in the case of animals, since it's exactly the same that we're doing to them, in order to not give you like a couple of sentences as an explanation, I would just go with the word slavery, because it's just the same thing. It's just the same thing, right? So yeah, like that in giving you an animal as a present for you, it's already weird, and it objectifies the living being. And if you take it and think, oh, I'm gonna get some eggs out of this chicken, of course you're gonna care for them, but only because it's like something that you will get from them. You know what I mean? And so, like, if you would truly want to help chickens, maybe rescue some that are sentenced to death, or or from a farm that makes eggs and stuff, and try to give them a good life, and don't view them as if like you're gonna get something from them, same as you would view some other animal that you would rescue, like a dog, right? It's just
I mean,
don't view them as objects.
in human society we have a hierarchy of how we treat animals.
But that goes again to this mental thing that we place values on different beings, and that just does not give us. It's not a good justification, because in the past, for example, we viewed other humans as inferior, or in other cultures, they view women as inferior, and it's just
Yeah, but you also place value on different things as well.
sure. But even though, actually, if you still want to view animals as inferior to you, it still would not give you the justification to go out of your way and exploiting them, right? They're still sentient. You can still believe that you're superior to a dog if you want, but you would still think it's not good to exploit them. It's
I am superior to a dog. A dog has the equivalency, has the mental
you
capacity of a 3-year-old.
so you're superior to 3-year-olds as well.
Yes, you are superior. That's why you take care of
Okay,
3-year-olds.
and that would give you a moral justification to exploit 3-year-olds.
No, because what
Right. Same
you're
case with the
you're
dog,
saying it.
and same case with
No,
other
you're
animals.
using, but that's the thing. You're saying exploit,
Uh-huh.
whereas I'm not saying exploit. You were using that word.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
by
saying
exploit,
exploit 3-year-olds.
yeah, I mean using them for your own gains, right? For your own interests, right? Without consent, without them wanting you to do that to them, right? You're viewing them as property, you're viewing them as objects, as gifts, as someone for you to take advantage of. That's exploitation. Okay? That's what I mean with exploitation. So yeah, again, we haven't come to a moral justification for exploiting animals.
Yeah, because
There's none.
your moral views and my moral views are different. So at this point, I
Yes,
don't think
but I
we
mean
can
by that,
get to.
when I said that, sorry, when I said that, I mean you haven't explained a reason that is consistent, logically consistent, because you give me a reason and I point out that it's a fallacy. So,
I haven't
we
explained something that's logical to you. To me,
no,
it's
no,
very logical.
logical, no, logical. Logic is not like subjective. You know what I mean? It's um it's when, for example, when we point out fallacious reasoning, there is a reason why the reasoning does not work, and we can understand that in the same way that 2 + 2 = 4, right? For example, when we talked about culture, we realized that something being culturally accepted does not mean it's moral, right? That's an example. That's a
7
fallacy,
chickens,
right?
and they're gonna produce eggs.
Sorry, what? 7 chickens, you say? Elmo.
Yeah. Oh, I got cut out.
Yes.
Hello.
So what were you saying?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, for example, a logical reason to have chickens is because they produce eggs. I can eat eggs. The rate of them producing eggs is fast, so I can benefit from them. It doesn't
Sure.
harm them that I'm
We can
harvesting
also
their eggs.
benefit. We can also benefit from exploiting humans in different ways. Is that morally okay?
Well, is it not going to harm them, and can I benefit from them? The
Sure.
same as the egg.
Let's say we are taking care of the humans, so
Uh-huh.
that we don't harm them as far as we can get whatever we want from them. Let's say we treat them just like we treat animals, right? We take as much care as we can, as long as they don't affect the product, right? Or whatever it is that we want to get from them. You would probably
Right.
deem that as immoral, right?
So,
Because
for
that's
example,
slavery. But yeah.
well,
Am I right? Am I right?
no, because if I want from you
Wait.
labor,
You're pro slavery in this sense?
no, you're twisting words. Let me give you an example. I need
No.
help.
So
I need
understanding then.
work. So no, I need work on the farm. I don't have money to give you. But if I give you food and shelter, will you help me work the farm or work the field?
If you
And
ask
now
me and I say
we're
yes, that's consent, and that's something that other animals cannot give to us.
right.
So
So
that's the
now
consent part is very
I'm
important.
right. So now I'm feeding my chickens, and they're not leaving me because I'm feeding them. I'm taking care of them. I'm giving them everything they need. I'm even buying them food, and they like it,
No,
and they're staying in the place.
I'm sorry, that's just nice words, because chickens, in reality, we
Are
have bred
stupid.
them to. Okay. Uh, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're saying they're stupid, but that just is horrible. Just not because someone is stupid, you're gonna take advantage of them. I just wanted to say, like, again, let's go back to the mentality. Um, it's the problem is the mentality, because chickens we have today, they are bred to create so much of the stuff that we want to get from them, that they have horrible lives, right? So this is only because we think it's okay to exploit other animals, the mentality. So I don't know how much time we've been speaking. If there's any other non-vegan in the chat, please, we can have another conversation. Oh, you're gone. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he left. I didn't kick him out.
Okay. Yeah. He left. He
Yeah, I
left
was going in
without
circles right
any.
there.
Yeah. Sure. I didn't know if there was any other
Oh, he's
callers.
back.
Lucy.
It wasn't okay. You didn't do it on purpose, I assume. I'm
Okay.
not sure it's a good idea though.
No. That's the thing. I was keeping the conversation because I didn't know if there was any other non-vegans in the chat who wanted to chat. If
There's
this
not.
was okay, gotcha. Well, we spoke a lot, and we didn't get to any good
Yeah.
reason for
50
you,
minutes, people
Elmo,
say.
to exploit animals. You also told that you said a couple of like weird comments. You said that they were stupid and other
I think
stuff.
we're
So
good. Bye, Elmo. I'm kicking you out because we're gonna move on because it's not working very well.
all right, Lucy, do you have any
Okay.
comments on this
Yes,
very
I wrote
long
down some
ass
stuff
conversation?
because I didn't want to pop in because I didn't want to break your flow and I didn't want to gang up
No.
whatever, you know. So I wrote down as I heard stuff. So yeah, like there was the part about like the symbiotic relationship, which is insane, by the way, to say that. When I mean, if you see what animal exploitation is actually like in general, when you zoom out, it means slaughterhouses, mutilation, forced insemination, things like that. You know that are absolutely horrendous as well. That's part of animal exploitation. So obviously none of it is symbiotic. It cannot be symbiotic if it's against their interests. That's contradictory. It doesn't make any sense. And if, of course, like also with the egg stuff, you said everything really, but there were a few things I wanted to add to that. Like, it's not a symbiotic relationship, because in vegan sanctuaries, what they do when they actually do this symbiotic relationship without exploiting them, because of course they can't consent. So again, it's contradictory. Is that they give them an implant in their body, a hormonal implant that helps them regulate their hormones so that they do not lay as many eggs, because they cannot be healthy with the amount of eggs that they're producing every year, which is 300 instead of like 20 twice a year. So obviously this is, and also what they do is they feed them, like they don't even feed them back their eggs. They just leave their eggs with them, and they don't get fertilized, and then they eat them naturally. And sometimes they'll cook it for them. I don't know why, but whatever.
Yep.
And so they will not exploit their secretions. They will actually either use the implant or feed them back their eggs, or both. So there is no really fine way to breed a chicken into existence that has been selectively bred to this level. It's really what's left of chickens now. And it being symbiotic, it's not going to be good for the health. Besides, there are optics to this. The moment you see it, you see another animal, that includes humans, by the way, because we are animals, as an object or resource. That means a lot of things for their future as well. And you're normalizing a mindset that is really, truly disgusting. When you think about it, that's how we enslaved other humans, as well.
Exactly.
And, again, like the in-group thing, where it's like, it's just because they're part of my group that I care about them, when there is no actual trait that is relevant morally, like you said. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like a human psychological fallacy kind of that we operate from. And it's like, it's really random when you think about it, because it's just like, they're part of my group, so it matters because I don't want to be the victim. But no one has to be the victim here, we just can leave sentient beings alone. So there's no real reason to be focused on the in-group. But anyways, it doesn't make any sense, because any injustice that has ever happened, and an unnecessary situation for these groups, like women, gay people, LGBTQ, anyone that has been oppressed, Black people, like it was always because of this in-group. When you look back, that's the argument they were using. They're not white, they're not men, whatever, they're not straight. So yeah, it's really going against like minorities just because you can. This might makes right when you think about it. So and then there were a few things.
Good.
Well, yeah, the moral relativity thing, that's the only thing I had left. So that's crazy, really, because it's the kind of same mindset to me. It's like, it's morality is relative when I'm not the victim, but once I'm the victim, of course it's not relative anymore, because now you get it.
I'm a serial unaliver, and I think it's okay. Okay, like that's.
But that doesn't make it okay. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if the oppressor thinks it's okay. It does not matter. It's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant, because if like someone is marrying a child, they obviously think it's fine. That doesn't make it okay for the victim, or like whatever. Like if you're racist and you think you think it's okay because you are racist, that doesn't make it okay, because there is a victim. And again, it's completely unnecessary. It's not self-defense. It's just blindly attacking because you can. It's might makes right, which is what as humans we're evolving away from, because it does not work. Anyways, but it's also just because, it's mostly just because the victims, we have empathy, but it's also because it doesn't work as a whole, right? Whatever. Yeah, that's all I had.
Yeah, good comments, Lucie. And also, well, I just kept going with the conversation. But if you wanted to maybe like swap, if you had like points that you wanted to tell him, just you would just do it next time. If
I didn't want to.
Okay.
I didn't want to, because you would actually anytime I had a thing, usually you would address it later. And also I didn't want to, because I think it really, it really hinders the open-mindedness and increases in defensiveness if you are 2-on-1.
Okay.
So I really try to
Although-
not do that. Actually,
Okay,
I was
but-
writing in the chat, but
Yeah, sure. But if there was another caller, definitely stop us because we were
Yeah,
we
I
were
know.
going way too long. And
Yeah, that's why I
just
didn't stop
continue.
anything, is because we had no one. Otherwise, I would have jumped in.
Right.
So,
Well,
guys,
yeah, we didn't arrive to a good reason for not being vegan. Is there any other non-vegan in the chat who would be willing to come up and this time
talk to me this time?
Lucie? Yes.
Give Renzo a little break because he's been going for an hour.
Yeah. And Lucie, how's the poll going? Do we have
79% vegan.
Okay. So we have non-vegans in the chat. Say hey.
24 people watching.
Or maybe they are bots. I don't know about this.
Why would there be
farmer
bots
guy.
in small channels?
I have missed the chat in my 3-year-long conversation with this Elmo guy. We're going nowhere.
Yeah, I was just redoing the same thing, really, because he just didn't see that the in-group argument is completely like it's arbitrary.
Yes, and it's such a bad thing that people just keep exploiting animals. And I how can't he realize that he was not being reasonable? And then animals have to pay the price. That's so.
No
That's so
idea. It's really mind-boggling.
horrible.
It's just very obvious to me, but okay.
Yep. Any non-vegans in the chat, such as Red Farmer? Are you a bot or not? Do you want to come up and discuss
Secure movement.
why you're not vegan?
You would just be talking to me. It would be chill. And you need to be over 18. Click the link if you want to, and turn off your camera if you can. If you don't want to be, if you want to be anonymous. Sorry.
Red Farmer, click the link. There you are. Click the link. There it is. Lucie just.
I don't understand why they would be a bot. Like, why would a bot? I don't understand how it works. Whatever.
No, I don't know. I'm just repeating from the chat here.
Yeah.
I haven't been looking at the chat while I was talking, but I know there's this Red Farmer user that is non-vegan, and would you come up and tell us why?
And anyone else who wants to jump in, you're very welcome to if you're over 18 and not vegan.
And Red Farmer has been saying stuff in the chat, like giving some comments about why he thinks veganism is not like morally obligatory.
Yeah, he said some stuff. He said the reason to not be vegan is because veganism is not a food secure movement, which is the opposite, quite funnily enough. Because if it's funny, we're going over the same points today. So because you have to feed so many crops to the animals that you consume and exploit, 70% of the world's agricultural land, and there's studies showing that in the description below, would be freed and be able to be rewilded if we just went vegan, basically. So that's the opposite. We would have more food security because we would have way more land available to whatever farm, and there would be less resources, way less resources used in the process, because there's a lot of water and land use and energy that is obviously used for animal agriculture. So aside from the ethical ramifications, the ethical issues of enslaving other animals.
Exactly, yes. And still does not give you a justification to exploit animals.
Joseph Poor, I have it's one of the many links I have on the environment. It's not the only one, but that's the biggest and most what is it called? Valued report they have on like the environment and individual as well impact so far. So
Yep. Does anyone still not follow Lucie on TikTok?
yes,
If you have TikTok and you don't follow Lucie, please go ahead and do so, because we want to have these conversations over there on TikTok. That would give us a chance to speak to way more people, and we wouldn't have a one long ass conversation going nowhere. We would have more callers.
yeah, and I need
So
500 to
please
be able
follow
to
Lucie.
go live stream. So.
Yes, there's the link to follow Lucie on TikTok. Please, if you have the app, you would help us so much.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody who has already followed me on TikTok. I very much appreciate it. And if you want to follow Renzo as well, there's a link to his channel below. And he's on most platforms as well.
Which channel did you share from my Instagram? I think that's
The Greatest Kids is Renzo's channel in the description.
Okay. Later, if we can change that, because I just started a new Instagram account, and what was my username? I think it was Renzo. And how do you call the line that is
underscore?
Thank you. Renzo _vegan _ Alba. I think that's the best place to follow me.
To my description.
I'm gonna start making some content there as soon as I can, and
yeah, it's his because he has already Greatest Kids, but Greatest Kids is a different type of activism. It's obviously directed towards kids instead of adults.
Yes, Greatest Kids, it's a project that I have where I want to create a series that revolves around the topic of veganism, and it's gonna be for young people. I don't even know if they have to be like really young kids, but still, it's for young audiences, and that's a project that I have. But it's gonna take a little bit of time to do that. For now, it's still there on Instagram. I have some like explanatory videos for kids about veganism. So yeah, you can also follow me there as well. You'll be helping me a lot.
I'm adding, so it's in the description below, his Instagram, as well as in the chat.
And for now, any other link for myself, Lucie, is not necessary. I think I also start a TikTok accounts once we start our lives there. But for now, these are like my vegan channels. Do we still have any non-vegans in the chat? Say hello, because we want to talk to you. It's gonna be Lucie this time. I'm gonna step away, and you're gonna have a chill conversation with her. Just explain to Lucie why you're not vegan. You can be totally anonymous and not show your face if you don't want to. We just want to have conversations with you. There's the link just posted. Just click the link and request up. Red Farmer, come on. Let's have a chat. By the way, Lucie, how much time you got left?
A lot. It depends on yours.
Still have time. Still have time. So
you're plant-based, but why are you plant-based instead of vegan? Because you're still exploiting other animals if you're plant-based.
Interesting that you said that. How are you exploiting animals? Tell us. Do you like go to zoos or buy clothing that is done with animal skin? Do you think it's okay to experiment on animals? Flexitarian, yeah. That's still exploiting animals.
Yes, still exploiting. Well, it doesn't make much of a difference, does it, to the
Yeah.
actual victims that you do use as objects or resources?
Join the
Yeah, plant-based is
conversation.
not like flexitarian is not the same thing as plant-based as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, I guess
flexitarian
fully
is not
plant-based.
plant-based. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And definitely, of course, not vegan. So why are you not vegan? Can you just click the link and tell us why with your voice? Talk to Lucie.
Well, I guess you can be plant-based and still somehow use animal products, because plant-based isn't vegan, right? Veganism is really a sense against all animal use by humans, but then plant-based is just a diet.
Mm.
But you got to be fully plant-based, obviously, because to be vegan, that's how it connects.
Right. And also, do you mean like use animals for food? Because if you're not vegan and you're plant-based, maybe you can use animals some other way, right? You can still view them as your property, objects, resources in other ways.
Well,
So
if
can
you
exploit
change
them.
your mind, you want to pop in, you're very welcome to. But I think in the meantime, while we're waiting for people, I think it could be good if we just talk about veganism some more and some objections. I have a document with comment replies because I answer the comments for the algorithm, and that's a good way to think about what people, Okay, so if you were in a survival situation, Renzo, how is that related to veganism?
In a survival situation?
Yeah.
You mean like if I truly needed to use animals in order for me to survive?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, that was I would still view it as wrong, but given that we are absolutely not in that situation in our life, so it still would not be okay.
And we would do that to a human too. Like if we were starving to death and it was extremely painful and there was nothing around, which is very rare a situation. And the only thing you could do is exploit another human, like use their flesh, whatever. Like, can you blame the person who is in this situation? Not really. But that's a very rare situation. Again,
Survival situation. Yeah, and it would not make it right anyways.
yeah, it's just
but
a horrible situation.
it's a horrible situation. Yeah, that's it's funny when people come up with these kinds of excuses because it's just a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
So Red Farmer,
Excuses.
can you click the link and have a conversation instead of posting stuff there in the chat? That would be great. It would be great. It would be more fluid, and maybe we can learn something.
Hey, no injustice lasts forever. Hey, everybody.
Yes. What's up?
Okay, so another one then. Okay, what about it's a cult?
Veganism a cult?
Yeah.
It's a
I've been
cult.
getting that a bunch in the comment section lately. I don't know why.
Is it a cult though? What's the definition of a cult according to you?
Well,
Lucie?
if leaving other animals alone is a cult, then what is like mutilating them, using their flesh, skin, organs unnecessarily, using them in traditions and rituals?
In the name of God.
Yeah, in the name of a book or God that you believe in. I mean, how is that not culty? I'm sorry. How is it to forcefully impregnate them, inseminate them, kidnap their babies so that you can profit from them? How is that? Come on.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of nonsense. Bunch of nonsense. It's a cult.
Veganism is just leaving other animals alone when it comes to exploitation,
The cult of respecting other sentient beings.
Well, sign me up. It's fine.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
cult.
up to. Let's
I
do
like
it.
cults.
Let's
Like,
do it.
what can I say?
Yeah.
So then that means also that respecting children, women, LGBTQ, etc., is a cult. Like, meaning being against their exploitation and also being against human slavery is a cult. I mean, what?
Right.
What? Come on.
Yep.
Is it a cult just because it's a smaller number of the population? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And I like the question of this video. It's like, why you're not vegan? Like, is that a good reason? If it was, or if it wasn't a cult, like, is it moral? Is it a good thing to exploit animals? Like, yes or no? Oh, it's a cult. Yeah. Okay. Like,
About their
bunch of nothing.
actions. I mean, it's a very easy line to throw around and shock with, but you don't have an actual thing to back it up. It's just an insult.
Yeah, sure. It's just a bunch of nothing.
Also, you can be alone, and I don't know, like, you don't need to pay anyone to be vegan. You can just decide one day, I'm not gonna exploit it. I don't like it. Whatever.
Yep. So, are there any non-vegans in the chat besides Red Farmer? Because it seems that Red Farmer just wants to post stuff in the comments and then just don't want to have a conversation with us. Is there any non-vegan that would be willing to come up and have a conversation with Lucie? It's gonna be totally respectful. She wants to know why you're not vegan. Give her your best reasons. And yeah, just have a chill chat. You can be totally anonymous. If you don't want to share your camera, just do so. And yeah, we just want to have a fluid conversation to listen. We want to listen to you. Why you're not vegan? And Red Farmer, come on, man, come on up. Oh, man or woman, or however you like.
Whoever you are.
Yes, doesn't matter. Just
as long as you're not a kid, we'll talk to you.
Yeah, gotta be over 18 people. If you want to request
okay. In the meantime, Renzo, what about like the fact that the corporations are the ones that should change, not me?
I mean, just that. Yeah, that doesn't stand up. Also, all changes. I mean, well, it's us who are giving these big companies our money to exploit animals, right? They wouldn't exist if we wouldn't have this mentality that it's okay to exploit animals, like, in the first place, right? Still, we are. I am vegan because I think it's not okay to exploit animals. So the fact that there are other corporations that do it, I just think is wrong. So I just won't give my money to them. I won't demand someone else's exploitation for my own benefit. And yeah, with that mentality, just corporations would change as they are doing. That's why we have a lot of vegan products in the market right now. So yeah, all changes start with you. You gotta change your mentality. It's the fact that there's corporations doing it. It's just because we're paying them to do it. Right.
And there's also other ways that we exploit other animals very much directly. Even just you eating their flesh is you exploiting their body, but like you're using them as an object. So that's the mentality again, the root issue here. And you also might ride horses, which is enslaving them. It's very obvious to me. I don't understand how people don't get that, but just things you might also do directly, but like it is very direct when you think about it. You're literally paying for that to happen. Without money, they can't go on.
Yep.
And there's people will say like, oh, defeatist, it's also an excuse. Oh, it's never going to really change. They're never going to stop. It's like, well, human trafficking has always been here, right? Does that mean it's okay for you to do that? Is it okay? Just like because it's happening that you you are part of it. No. There's always
Yeah.
going to be murder as well, but it doesn't make it
Yeah.
okay for you to murder someone else, like if it's not self-defense or whatever. So
Yeah. It's so weird, right? Like these big corporations are doing this horrible stuff to animals and they should change.
while
So
you're eating
now,
their flesh and their
yeah.
secretions, etc. Like,
So now take my money and please exploit animals so that I can eat a hamburger.
it's, yeah. And besides, there's so many, like, actually, there's so many Western countries like the UK, France especially, I think maybe in the US, I'm not sure, where the breast milk sales have dropped to such a degree that the industry is hurting because people have found plant-based milks. They are vegans, but there's also health reasons for that. Either way, it's good for the animals, but like it is changing because supply demand. That's just how it works.
Yep. Exactly, Lucy. I was just writing here in the chat. Red Farmer, request up and talk to Lucy. Yes, I tagged the person. Are you a
That's
real person?
true. US kids are force-fed milk because they're in the dairy industry and government collusion, or like lobbying and stuff in school. That's true. Like they just give them milk and stuff. Like in France, they had this law because of lobbying. At some point, when I was in school, it changed, and then it went back, and then it changed again, where it was like you had to you couldn't serve vegetarian meals. And then there was a huge scandal about it because obviously there's many people who for whatever reason don't want to do that, not necessarily vegan people, but also because we have the data, so much data, by the way, links in the description, studies in the description about that, like how we can thrive and actually live longer and prevent diseases and manage diseases better on a fully plant-based diet. So yes, it's true.
Yep. That's like so many good news on top of the fact that we should not exploit animals. You always come up with all of those great studies, Lucy.
Benefits.
Like people are trying to
Yeah.
give excuses to us, and it's actually like not even the case,
Yeah.
right? You got all
It's
this
the opposite
studies
usually.
right there, yeah. Like still like this plenty of this stuff just doesn't make it moral anyways. It's so funny. They come
It's
up
just a
with
side thing, and also especially when it's a reason why you think it's not possible, it's really important. But also just knowing that these are really cool side benefits. They can't. I mean, it's not because they're side benefits that they're not huge. They're huge, like the environment and health reasons. But veganism is just a justice movement against the enslavement of other animals. It's really nothing to do with environment at all or our health at all. It's just that people don't understand that you can thrive as a vegan.
That's right.
And it's actually good for everyone.
Yep. That's why it's very useful to have people explain what's veganism when we're talking about this, when we're doing activism. Because most of the people just think it's just a diet, and it's like I was told yesterday that they thought I was vegan because I was healthy and stuff like that.
Pick a lane, people. Either you're unhealthy or you're. I hear both too. It's like people think vegans are healthier, but then they tell you they're not healthy. And it's kind of like both stuff floating in the ether.
Right, pick a lane. That's so true. Yeah. Because maybe that same person, if we would have discussed, they would have told me yeah, but how do you get your nutrition and stuff?
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, that's so true. Pick a lane. Yeah. Okay, that's another lame excuse for sure.
Okay, let's see what else.
Is a red farmer going to request up?
I don't think so.
He got lost.
What about the fact that it's my personal choice to not be vegan?
Yeah, it's also my personal choice to be a serial unaliver, and how does it justifies the action? It's everything is a personal choice, whatever you choose to do. But what we're doing here is trying to find out if it's moral, if it's reasonable, and if it's consistent. It's like that's the conversation that we were having with Elmo before, right? It's if that's your view, but it's not consistent, and it's not and it's a bunch of fallacies, then it's just not justified.
Okay, there's another
So-
one here from a vegan activist. Veganism is for poor people or elitists. Animals will go extinct or overpopulate. I know.
Veganism is for poor people. What?
Actually, I haven't heard the for poor people. Oh yeah. When people say like, because now we have the privilege to do that, so we have to or something. I've heard that, not very often, but I have heard it that we need to actually take advantage of the fact that we have this privilege now to eat flesh. So
Yeah.
peasant
True.
food.
Yeah, it's funny.
I mean, peasants were still peasants, I guess, but
Yep.
we just have a higher quality of life now.
Yeah.
Okay, non-vegans, you can click the link anytime. You don't have to wait for a specific time or anything. So let's see what other objections we encounter.
Are you taking are you getting these excuses from the videos that you posted? I see they've gotten a lot of traction.
In the comment section, I get everything.
Yeah, all kinds of excuses.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but what about the fact that it's legal though? So it must be fine, right? If it's illegal.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, legality does not equal morality, right? There was a time where keeping human slaves was legal. The thing is that if it's moral or not, there's gonna be a good reasoning behind that, and just the fact that it's legal is just doesn't tell you anything about that. Maybe it tells you something about the culture that we live in, but it's just we can change those laws once we change our mentality, right? And it has happened before in the past. So yeah, the fact that it's legal today just give us nothing about the moral aspect of it.
At some point, it was illegal to be gay.
Shit.
So
Crazy.
and it was legal to what? It was legal to grape your wife because she belonged to you, just like the guy in the previous conversation was like that's what where my mind went to is like, well, if you think marriage is about owning someone else's property, then what are the ramifications of that? Because we do that to other animals. We forcefully inseminate them, meaning we restrain them. They can't move while we put our fist in a bum and we inject in their uterus the semen that was forcefully jacked off from a restraint bull. It's a lot of crazy stuff. By the way, if you are curious about what animal exploitation actually looks like, just click the link below in the description. There's a free documentary called Dominion on YouTube. So
yeah, and hopefully we make
burning witches was legal. Yeah.
Animal exploitation or abuse of animals illegal. That would be excellent. But for that to happen, we need to be on the same page with the mentality. So, like, is there any justification to not be vegan? We haven't heard any good one. So, if you're a non-vegan and want to give us your reason why you're not vegan, please request up. The link is right there. Lucie just posted the link, and you would have a conversation with her, and I'm gonna step away so that you can have a fluid, respectful conversation. And if you have a reason why you're not vegan, go ahead and request up.
So in the meantime, what about tradition? The fact that we've always done it, it's kind of similar,
Yeah.
but
The previous caller was saying a lot about that, right? Yeah, so like same thing. This is it's appealing to culture, for morality. It's just a fallacy. The fact that a culture does something or normalizes something, like for example, there are other cultures that view women as inferior. It just tells us nothing about the moral aspect of it. So same thing with animals. If there's a culture that exploits animals, uh, just that's just a something about the culture, but nothing about the moral aspect of it. So yeah.
Heather, do you want to pop on the? Do you want to come on the live? She says she's. I mean, they say that they're going to go vegan on their birthday on the 20th of August. Why are you waiting?
Yep. It's
Why
12 more days. 12 more days.
But
Could it
why are
be
you
today?
waiting? Because you're gonna have victims in the meantime. What about those victims?
Exactly.
Why not immediately, like you're supposed to? I don't understand why you're waiting.
What are you waiting for?
It's kind of like I've decided I'm not going to be racist on my birthday, so for 12 more days I'm going to harass a bunch of black people or brown people because it's my last hooray. You know, I know it's a bit harsh to say that, but it's a very similar situation. It's actually even worse because the consequences are like you're buying their bodies and you're buying their secretions, and on the other side there's an individual that's being butchered for you and enslaved unnecessarily. You're a vegetarian. Well, in the meantime, these cows' breast milk, you know, they come at a price as well. Like they are separated from their babies forcefully, and the mothers cry for days and days on end. That's what farmers say themselves, like every season. And then after a few years, they give up and they're so traumatized that they don't even say anything anymore. I mean, they don't cry anymore. But these are mammals that are very attached to their babies. They have them for 9 months, just like us. And of course, you have to be pregnant or have had a baby, just like us, to be able to produce breast milk, right? So, and of course, the males, most of the males are sent to the slaughterhouse, and all of the cows are sent to the slaughterhouse. And when it comes to chickens, it's the same. It's all the same thing. They're all used as objects and subjugated, but what it really means it's more gory than you think. Like the males are blended alive, most of them, because they're not useful to the industry, and this is the egg industry, and of course all of the laying chickens are sent to the slaughterhouse as well, and they live miserable lives of captivity and torture, because there's mutilation practices, like part of those practices, whatever. There's a lot of things you can, like in the documentary below, there's a lot of industries that are included of animal exploitation. It's not just about flesh. It's about wearing their skin, riding them, going to the zoo, going to the aquarium.
Yep.
This is all the same subjugation, you know. So please just go vegan immediately. It's not. There's no justification to wait for your birthday. I'm very happy to hear that you're going to go vegan, but you should go vegan now.
Yep.
Yeah, but replace it now. Replace it now with vegan cheese. What are you doing, Heather? What are you doing?
Yeah. Would you be willing to request up to have a conversation with Lucie? If you want your face not to be shown, just
disable your camera.
Yeah. Disable your camera. And if you are over 18, just click the link and you can have a very respectful conversation with Lucie.
I'm more spicy outside of the conversation than I am inside the conversation, by the way.
Yep. So, yeah. You said that you wanted to go vegan for your birthday. It's 12 days for your birthday. How would you feel if you were an animal about to get exploited for that period of time where you're not vegan? Everything that Lucie just described about.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the restroom real quick. So
okay.
If you request, You will be waiting a little bit, but
Yes.
that doesn't mean that you're not going to be on, okay? It's just I gotta go to the restroom real quick.
Yes. We're going to be doing these lives with Lucie every Saturday. The idea is that we're going to do them over on TikTok. So if anyone has that app and does not follow Lucie, please go ahead and follow Lucie. That would help us a lot because we're going to have way more colors in that app. And so yeah, please go follow Lucie on TikTok. The link is right there on the description of the video. So and Heather, would you be willing to come up and have a conversation with Lucie instead of posting stuff there in the comments? It would be way more fluid, and maybe we can learn something. Thank you also all of the vegans present here that are educating people in the comments. We appreciate you so much. Also, you've been very patient because we've had some troubles, technically speaking, with Lucie with our first 2 lives here. We're just starting up, and we promise we're gonna get better and better and better. So hopefully our next Saturday we won't have to stream twice. We tried this new feature in YouTube. I don't know if it's new, but it's like the vertical format where you can request to join right there. We have a lot of problems, and we learned that you can just have 2 callers at a time. So we had to restart the stream. And so hopefully next Saturday it's not going to happen. So yeah, thank you all vegans and non-vegans here for being here anyways. And so Heather, would you be willing to come up and have a conversation with Lucie? Can you see Heather? No.
No.
Oh yeah, okay. How many non-vegans are in the poll? How's the poll going?
Let's see. 81% vegans, kind of the same.
Okay, it's maintaining. We are 81% vegans. When we started before, we had plenty of non-vegans. I'm pretty sure
that was
that
about the same.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
Because like in my theory, I think that we're gonna get the algorithm prefers
Heather's
vertical
here.
format. Yes. Excellent.
Hello. Wait, we can't hear you, Heather, but your camera is on. So if you don't want it on, that's your chance now.
I'm gonna step away for a while.
I can't hear you, Heather. It's not okay.
Right.
Okay,
Just...
perfect, Heather. You're anonymous now. Renzo, I'm gonna remove you so that you can take a break and whatever. Okay, awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Heather. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. So, do you know what veganism is?
Yes, I do. And I've been waiting a long time to do this. The reason why I haven't gone vegan before was I didn't have the right help to help me become vegan. I didn't have the right supports, the right people in my life. It's very emotional for me because I used to live near a cow farm and I saw how they lived in their filth and it made me really sad. I tried to explain to people when I was trying to go vegan before that it's horrible. There's grape, if you're a woman feminist, you wouldn't want that to be something you would want to be a part of.
Exactly. But you said something about the support thing and like the right health. But really what's interesting is that like science really shows that it actually supports your health more than anything.
Yes, I'm saying I didn't have the right support or help from somebody else.
Oh, help, not health. Okay, sorry about that.
Yes.
Okay. I understand that it can be tricky when you're alone. But there are people all over the world, that still do it even though they don't have support. because we know that, like you've said yourself, like the grape, they're living in their filth, being sent to the slaughterhouse, separated from their babies. Really, nothing can justify us doing that to them, even if we don't have support, right? It's like, I mean, I understand you need that, but I would say that you need to do it even if you don't have it. I haven't had it for the longest time. I didn't have it for the longest time, but like, it's like you will find it, but you have to start like leaving them alone, and then everything else falls into place, kind of thing.
That's why I've tried to drink more vegan milks, substitutes, whatever you want to call them. They're really good if you get used to them.
And there's like 17 different plant milks that you can try. So you'll find some
almond milk. I don't know if it's bad for you to drink almond milk, but it's my favorite.
No, it's quite healthy. My favorite is oat milk. There's so many different kinds. But yeah, what's preventing you from going vegan now instead of on your birthday?
Well, I think it's just a good way to start up the new year of my birth, and I ate pizza today that had cheese on it, and I feel bad about that, but like I need to ease into it so I'm not like overwhelmed with it. And then just like stop eating meat, it'll help continue to set up the process of me to not eat other living beings and their products.
Okay, but you remember what we said about, like, in the meantime of you waiting to go vegan, there are still victims. No, but it's very real. It's not a concept, because I feel like for you it's more conceptual because you're not seeing them. But in the moment that you are eating their cheese, or like buying, especially the cheese, and you are buying their flesh, you are sending them to the slaughterhouse. You are separating them, their babies. You're paying for that to happen. So it's an incredibly urgent issue. It's not something you should do tomorrow. It's something you have to do all the time, forever. You know what I mean? And right now, and I understand it's overwhelming because like a new habit, all vegans feel this way in the beginning, but really it's not about, like, wouldn't you agree that it's not about us, right?
Yes, it's not about us. I understand that. It's just hard because it is. I'm not used to it yet. I know when I stopped eating meat and I started to eat something that had meat in it again, it gave me a migraine. And I was like, I can't do this to myself anymore. So I want to be the same way with eggs and dairy and things like that too.
It's much easier when you remember the victim, because it's really not about, like, because I understand, like, there are benefits for us, right? Not ingesting them, etc. But like, really, when you remember that there's a direct victim at the end of this, it's much easier to, like, just remember. Like, it's not even remembering. It's like, this is not mine. It's not food. Like, it's not something. It's not someone I can use it. It's not a thing, So
it also reminds me of the fact that I found out the one reason I don't go to zoos and aquariums is because when I found out that they give animals antidepressants to keep them subdued, or whatever you want to call it, it made me cry. I was like, why?
Because it's not what they're supposed to live like.
No,
they're inactive. They're imprisoned. Just like us. If we were in that situation.
They test the medications on the animals and then they give them to us because we need them, just like the animals shouldn't have them. Yeah, and animal experimentation is a whole different thing because it's also not necessary and not very productive and efficient, but whatever. So how do we get people to stop testing on animals? That's by going vegan and then being an activist for the animals. You have to be vegan today, right now. You have to stop. Enough. You know what I mean? At some point, we gotta do it. It's not justified to wait. And I was in your shoes at some point. I really was. I understand it. But
we're here with you. There's a community out there of people ready to support you, super hyped that you're going vegan today. And we're here to support you. There's a lot of support online for vegans, a lot of groups. You're welcome to come on the channel and like to just be in the chat and make friends and stuff. And we're very happy that you're going vegan. Please go vegan right now. There is no reason to wait. Like, it's so urgent. You know, and you would be a great voice for the animals.
It's just complicated sometimes. And I guess
not
we
that
make
complicated.
it
I went vegan myself. I went very young as well. Sorry, what?
We make it more complicated than it really is.
Exactly.
Because we want to use our excuses to make it a reason why we shouldn't go vegan.
Exactly. So do it now, because really, words don't matter much if you're not actually leaving them alone, you know? Because you're there, you get it. You're a decent person, you really are. So just, leave them alone. And we all been there. It's overwhelming in the beginning, and you will make mistakes. You will not see that there's an animal product somewhere, whatever. It's okay. Just
pick up
it,
pick up,
and we're here to support you.
It's pick up back from where you started from.
Exactly. And it's like every time you it's not that difficult, but we've always all made mistakes, and it's just whatever. I mean, mistakes in the sense of I didn't see that there was something, for example, I didn't see that there was milk or whatever, breast milk in the ingredient list, but you check every time next time, and you'll be fine.
And you can use apps and check the
exactly.
There's multiple ways to do it.
Yeah. Just remember that, it's not even remember. It's if you put yourself in, use that anchor of your experience living next to a cow farm. I would say an enslavement camp for cows, because that's really what it is. Use that experience and the empathy you felt, which is a very beautiful thing. We need this in this world way more than it is actually present right now. And this is your link to the victims, to your victims, still to this day. And just please remember that this is why you're doing it,
Yeah. I just wish people understood this. It's hard to sit there and watch those videos, but sometimes I think I need those reminders.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes me cry. I mean, it's really weird. If I start to watch those videos and then I start to watch zombie movies, it's there's some kind of a similarity with it, because you see the people, the zombies eating the people, and it's ooh, this is gross. It's the same.
It's a horror movie.
Yes,
because it's horrific for the victim, right?
Yeah,
what we put these animals through is our horror movies. When we're the victim.
And I wonder what if there's such thing as aliens. I don't know, but what would they think if they came to Earth and they decided they wanted to capture us and eat us,
Yeah, and especially unnecessarily so.
Yeah. How are we going to stop them from eating us unless we tell them we're not eating animals and their products?
Yeah, it's it's fine until I'm the victim kind of thing. That's a very weak mentality to have.
And it's better to do it now than later. I understand that.
It's not better. It's necessary that you do it now.
Yes.
For the victims, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you would be a great advocate because you have empathy, and you seem like a great person. So just if there's a way, there's so many different ways to do activism, and that's obviously when you're vegan today. And you could, I don't know what you like to do if you're creative or whatever. There's so many different types of activism. You can even look for ideas online. It's not just this. This is just one type. And they need you so desperately. And when you do activism, it really helps so much with the ache in your heart, because all vegan activists especially know this. And most vegans understand this absolute dystopia, that's the word for it. It's when it's the angst of being vegan in a non-vegan world. It's just being a witness to the horrors happening and feeling powerless about it.
Yes, it's so sad because you see the world around you as horrible, even though you want to accept some of the things that are going on, even though they're not good.
Yeah, it's
You
just it is what
don't exactly accept them. It's hard to accept them because it hurts so much.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't have to stay in that. You have already witnessed it. The only thing you need to do is just be vegan forever, and then it will help you. And especially what the reason is really is like it will help your previous victims, because now you're vegan. You will help, like you will actually help end this for them, or at least you will help the individuals that like will actually not be victimized anymore because of
Yes, exactly.
the higher vegan numbers. So it will actually really help you. I was like you, especially in the beginning. I'm still this way, but you get used to it, and you also you see the beauty in like the vegan activism, especially community, and it's very powerful and it's very empowering. It's very it becomes a beautiful world in that sense. So there is a lot of beauty as well, and a lot of happiness, and a very meaningful life as well. So don't worry, it's not all bleak, but in the beginning it will be bleak for sure.
Yeah.
Because you have empathized with the trillions of victims every year.
And it's hard to fight with people that don't understand it.
Yes.
Because you fight and fight and fight, and they're like, no, I don't care what you're saying. And the thing is, every time people eat meat, they're eating poo.
Yeah, there are traces of E. coli and shit. Yeah. A lot of things. But like I know it, but it's also like if someone doesn't get it, it's still like you still have put this in their mind, and there are psychological processes that basically show that if your argument is logical, which it is, like the vegan argument, and it's backed by science, whatever, people will have that in their mind, and they will reject it at first. But the more they encounter this idea, the more they will be likely to go vegan. And this is what we call kind of like it's the exposure effect, but there's also the sleeper effect. That's what it is basically. So there is, even if someone is very not receptive in the moment, that doesn't mean you didn't do something important, because it will always
I understand that because I knew somebody that started eating beets after I talked to them about veganism, and I was like, what are you doing this for? I thought you weren't into healthy foods.
Yeah. But again, like veganism is just
vegan. They didn't go exactly vegan, but they ate beets, and I'm like, well, why are you
weren't advocating for the vegan message necessarily, because veganism is really just the stance against the exploitation of other animals. The health and environmental things are benefits.
I had tried to explain that to them about like how the cows are taken from their mothers, they're being raped, if you're a feminist, you wouldn't do this, even if you're a male, you're a feminist, you wouldn't do this.
So what are you doing? You can't say that and not be vegan in this moment. I
understand that. It's complicated, but I'm going to work on it.
It's not complicated. It's very simple. You can be vegan immediately. And I know it's difficult in your mind, but you're making it like a defense mechanism.
Things that aren't good for me.
What?
That's not good for the world. I'm used to eating things that aren't good for me or the world.
Yes, but you
I
can't
like
stop
cookies
tonight.
and donuts, but I can make my own.
There are, like, for any non-vegan food you want, there is an alternative for it. And
yes, exactly.
So awesome.
So
you're going vegan immediately then?
I will. Yes.
Yes. So right now you're vegan.
Yes.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a vegan. You're awesome. Okay, well, I'm holding you to that.
Okay.
Because if you're not vegan, you are the victimizer.
Yes, I understand that, and I don't want to go back on that.
Yes.
Unless it's something that I can't control.
What is?
Like if somebody feeds me something with something in it and I don't know it.
Okay.
Like
if you ask and they lie, you can't control it. So that's just like,
I didn't tell them not to feed it to me, but I don't know if they're going to be honest with me.
Oh well,
So
well that's
these are the
different.
leftovers.
If you ask and they lie to you, and you don't trust them, then don't do it. But
Okay.
if you trust them and they know what it is you're avoiding, and then and it happens to be a mistake, it's different. But then you correct it next time. You know,
Mhm. Yes,
be honest about it as
yes,
well.
exactly.
Awesome. Well, make sure to connect with other vegans. I don't know if you have vegan clubs in your town, but there's a lot of vegans that just get online communities because it's much easier. In the chat, you can connect with people in the chat. You can send me messages on my Instagram. It's below. If you have
Yeah,
any
I sent you one.
awesome. Great. Well, feel free to message me if you have feelings about how hard it is, things like that. I'm always there. I get how it's difficult in the beginning because you're realizing how horrible the situation is for other animals, but you are the
Yes,
solution
exactly.
and you are their only hope. So
Yes, I feel bad for the social aspect because sometimes people don't understand it. But if you tell them enough times, depending on the people, they'll get it. If they don't, that's their problem.
yes, and you can't control if they get it. That's an important thing to know as well.
Exactly.
You have to still say it, but if it's not getting to them, it's like I said, they will in the future. It takes time for some people, and some people are really just incredibly selfish and self-centered. You can't get
Yes.
through them, but that's okay because we only need a certain amount of vegans in the world to actually change the rest of them just due to the culture changing. And then they will follow suit. So it's also just focusing on the people that
Peer
are
pressure.
accepted.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, really, that's what it is. Just in the past, years,
healthier than other things.
For example, homophobia in especially my generation is much less tolerated than in previous generations, and that's also peer pressure. People are less comfortable with being homophobic now because there was a small number of people that were anti-homophobia, and then it grew. It's the same thing, really.
Yes.
Awesome. You made my day.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to let you go if you don't have any other concerns.
I just wish I'd done it a long time ago.
Welcome. That's all vegans.
Just like
We're gonna bring Renzo in as well.
Vegans.
It's so funny because we feel this way as well. And a few minutes ago, you were like, "No, I'm not vegan yet," and now you're like, "Oh, I wish I did that a long time ago." And that was 2 seconds ago that you decided to go vegan straight away.
Yeah.
So
All
funny.
vegans say that. All vegans say that.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Now you'll reach your birthday knowing that you went vegan at the right time, which is now. So what's best for your birthday?
The right time was when you started to have a brain, but it is the next best time now.
Yes.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome. So guys, learn from her. Awesome. And again, if you have any questions, also there's Renzo's Instagram. I'm sure he'll be also absolutely fine with you asking questions on Instagram, stuff like that.
It's gonna be hard to find some of this stuff. I know I found yours. I don't know what his is.
It's in the description of the video.
Okay, I can find it when I'm done talking to you guys then.
Cool. Sure. All of the links are right down there in the description of the video.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Bye. Have a great vegan life.
You
See
too.
soon
Thank you.
in the chat. And in the Bye, Heather. Awesome lady.
Good job.
Yay, made a vegan today. Was about to go vegan, but no, she gets it now. Why she shouldn't wait? Let me just say goodbye to my husband real quick. Go ahead, Lorenzo.
Yep. Well, that was amazing. A good conversation made our day, and excellent news for the animals.
Woo! Thank you so much, Sabi Coops. Have a happy vegan birthday! Yay! So Renzo is gonna have $5 of bits, and I don't care what you say, Renzo, because she's trying to say no. I don't care. I know what you're gonna say.
Is
talk
it?
about it.
Wait, what? I didn't get what you say, Lucy. Are
So
you?
someone sent a $10 tip, and you're getting $5 of this.
Oh no,
Because I
those are.
don't care what you say.
You
No.
don't care. Oh, it's gonna be okay.
I don't care what you're gonna say. So just don't waste your brain.
I'm gonna donate them to you. I don't care what you say.
Nah.
Anyways, thank you very much for the donation.
Thank you so much. It's very, very generous.
Excellent.
And if you want to make a donation to Renzo, it's also in the description below. He doesn't have a buy me a coffee yet, but it's the same thing. It's just his PayPal. It's the same thing. Same with me. No one makes a vegan. Vegan always make themselves. You can only assist. Exactly.
We got our first vegan in our
birthday.
Lucie.
Yes.
That is
sorry,
so great.
Yes.
Right? That's amazing.
Yes. So we still have time, right? Do you have time, Renzo, or
a little bit of time? If we get a caller soonish, I think it's perfect. How's the poll going, Lucy? Do we have
81%
yes,
vegans?
Still mostly the same.
Yeah.
But we have the Red Farmer still in the chat posting stuff. Would you be willing to come up and have a conversation? Now it's gonna be me, just you and me, and just explain to me why you're not vegan. Request up. The link is right there. Just click it and let's have a conversation.
You'll be talking to Renzo this time. And Renzo, what's the time limit for you?
So we've been streaming for 2 hours and 45 minutes, right?
Yes. He's here. Woo.
If we hit the 3 hours and 20-minute kind of thing, it's a good time.
3 hours 20?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, we have time then. Okay, Red Farmer is on. So awesome. I'm going to go away.
Wait.
Can you hear
me? All right. Hello.
Are you able to hear me?
No. Yes. How about you? Can you hear me all right? Hello? Hello? You're not hearing me, maybe? Can you hear me? Is it Red Farmer that requested to join? Hello?
Red Farmer, can you hear us? We can hear you, but you're not talking? Hello?
Almost.
God damn it. It's not working. I don't know what's going on. We can't hear you if you're talking.
And
he's gone. Maybe he's trying again. I don't know. We'll see. Well, that's sad.
Let's see.
Whoops. He joined. He did join. He talked to us. Vaguely. Oh, he's back. It's because it didn't work. Okay, awesome.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I'm so sorry. I think my audio was out.
All right.
How are you all doing?
Good. What's your name? Oh, it happened again. You can listen to
my
me?
Audio is out.
Maybe you have okay, your audio is out. Are you using headphones? I'm gonna write it here in the chat. Are you using headphones? Okay, for some reason he can't hear us. Yo.
Oh wow.
He can't hear us. I suppose you can hear me, Lucy, right?
Oh, he's back with another one. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Hello? Hello?
Because we can't hear you. I don't get it. You're not talking.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
We're so close.
He muted himself.
Yep. Um,
Oh well, if someone else wants to join, feel free to click the link. Red Farmer, what are you doing? Is it because you're not? I'm gonna put the two. There's two different accounts.
okay,
Red Farmer.
I'm gonna get.
He's bad. He's a okay. God. He's trying multiple times. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. Red Farmer. Red Farmer.
I think he's trying again.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Sup? Hello? Hola?
Anyone wants to try? You're very welcome to join. If you're not vegan and over 18.
Mm-hmm. Any non-vegans in the chat, say hello.
It was the voice of a guy. Someone asked.
Yeah.
Are you here?
The person
No, I
is
don't think so.
on YouTube on the live chat.
Well, feel free to try again.
Yep.
Oh, that's sad. Almost. Oh, there was a private chat. And oh, this was you again. It was Renzo. Please like the live stream. That will help us reach more non-vegans.
Yes.
And I will make short out of this. Hopefully, the quality is not too bad because it's StreamYard. So, but we'll see.
Uh-huh.
I didn't assume their voice is gender. I'm saying it was a male voice, like it sounded male. I don't know what their gender is.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just trap me with this question? I think so. Okay. Well, let's go through while we wait for non-vegans to hop on the live stream. I will ask Renzo some practice questions, let's say.
Excellent. So before we do so, please follow Lucie over on TikTok. So this way we can do this stream there, which would get us a lot of more colors.
Yes.
That's the
I will put it in the chat.
Yes, please follow Lucie on TikTok. Lucie,
I need 500 followers to be able to go live there.
I'm gonna follow you on other accounts that I have. I have this account from those that I created as well. And so yeah, I'm gonna do that homework as soon as the live is done, because you don't need that many followers in order to reach your 500. Yeah, right?
No, I'm almost at 400 and I need 500.
Yep.
Your pronouns are bro and dude. Okay. So what about oh, that's a good one. So we're anthropomorph. Okay, what's the word? I always butcher. Anthropomorphizing them. Do you know what it means in English?
Sure. Like viewing them or think that you're viewing them as humans, right? Giving them like human characteristics.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
attributing them human characteristics.
What we need to give animals is just basic decency, because they're sentient. That's the important trait that we have in common. They have their own interests, so it has absolutely nothing to do with that, and we're not even doing that. You don't need to view animals like anthropomorphize them in order to just simply respect them. We need to respect them because they are their own beings. They are experiencing their own lives, and they would rather us leave them alone. We got a caller. Hello.
Apparently, it's because I left it fucked up.
If you could please wear headphones. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, the last statement I said before it shut off was, "How are you all?"
Excellent. We're fine.
Oh, good.
What's your name?
I go by Red.
Okay, red. So, do you know what veganism is?
Yeah.
How would you define veganism?
It is the philosophy where you do not exploit animals.
Yeah, it's a moral principle, right? Where
Correct.
we humans live without exploiting animals. So,
Correct.
what do you think about that? Do you think it's correct?
No, it's not a food secure approach.
Oh, you were saying that before, but what about what we were talking about that when you gave us those justifications? So basically, it could be the opposite since we
It's
are.
not, though. It's not.
How so?
Do you know who Hannah Richtie is?
Nope.
Joseph Poor.
Yeah, that we're talking about that. We're talking about that study before, right?
Right. Used his 2018 Oxford and University of, I think, Wisconsin paper where he's talking about rewilding and not utilizing land for feeding livestock. Right. We'll reduce the amount of land if we all go vegan. Right. But it was an environmental paper. So veganism is sustainable, but it's not efficient. So you would have beautiful weather, but starving people.
How so though? Like, you know that we are feeding 80 billion land animals,
Right.
and if we count the
Well, what are we feeding them?
plants,
Okay.
and
And are those plants that you eat?
we could make the land available for plants that we eat.
Well, okay. What's the definition of marginal farmland, and what percentage of farmland is marginal?
You help me out. Give me that.
63%. So 63% of marginal land consists, or 60% of farmland is marginal. So marginal could mean a multitude of things. So what you're talking about, what Joseph Poor is talking about, utilizing marginal farmland, he's talking about fallow land. So that's land that's in a cycle where it's not being cultivated, but it's still being used as farmland for livestock pasturing. So like if you took a cotton field and you put sheep on it, if you took a cornfield and turned it over to cattle, whatever, what have you, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about returning fallow land back into cultivatable, arable land. But he's not talking about marginal land, sandy land, deserts, hills, rocks, all that kind of stuff. You can't cultivate marginal farmland. Okay, next term. Do you understand what green water means? So there's blue, green, and gray. Do you understand those concepts?
What did you mean? Well, what's the point of that? I don't understand.
So you can't grow food on marginal land, but
We
you're
know
saying
that.
that you can. But you're saying that you can.
No, we say 70% of agricultural land
Is
would
what?
be rewilded.
Okay, so how do you get food out of rewilded land?
We're
You
not.
don't.
We don't need to. That's what we're saying.
Who said that you don't need food?
The studies below in the description.
Is that Joseph Poor, right? And if you
There's
Google,
one of them.
have you
But
ever
that's not the only
Googled?
one.
Okay, so what he's talking about is sustainability.
It's not
He's
the
talking
only
about
one.
the
It's not the
environment.
only one.
Okay, what else? Hannah Richtie, right? You're going to do Our World and Data next, right?
Yes.
Okay, if you look at it, look at the summary. It says fish, poultry, and so forth, right? So, in fact, if you look at her article that she wrote, and this ended up in Project Downdraw, or something similar to that. But it's a flexitarian approach. I know vegans like to say that that's a vegan approach, but what Hannah Richtie is actually saying, and she says it on YouTube as well, so you can watch her video. It's not like these people don't exist anymore. They do. It's a flexitarian approach. So you're quoting a flexitarian approach. Even if you just look in the summary, it says
But
that
it
it's a
says
flexitarian
if the world went fully plant-based, that's what they say.
It doesn't say fully
does say
plant-based. It
that.
says plant-based. So it's a plant-based meat and dairy reduction approach. That's flexitarianism. That's
Not
not
the link
veganism.
that I have. Wait.
Look in the summary. Why would she even mention poultry and fish? Why? That has
I'm
nothing to
trying
do with
find
a
my
vegan
study.
diet, right? There should be
But what's
absolutely
your
no
point,
reason.
anyways? What's your point?
So food insecurity, creating an artificial food insecurity is genocidal. So veganism, in essence, is an unethical movement because it's genocidal.
Wait, what's the data you have to say that it's
Rome Statute Article 6. How about that?
Do you want to send something? Because I don't know
Rome
your
Statute
study.
Article 6. It's not that hard to type that in.
Rome's.
So-
Why, if you want to find it, Renzo?
Article 6. So it says if you create an artificial food insecurity for a group of people, you are creating a genocide. That's genocidal.
But what's the data showing that you would on a vegan with a
Hannah
vegan
Ritchie
diet?
just told you.
sorry,
Hannah Ritchie
that-
just told you.
How
Right?
did she?
She said that she's still saying that this is a flexitarian approach, that the plant-based, you're saying plant-based is vegan, and she's saying plant-based is flexitarian, right?
Okay.
Sorry. I'm not understanding. How are you reaching the conclusion that we would be?
Why would a vegan
insecurity?
researcher give you a
She's
flexitarian
not
approach?
vegan.
Yes, she is.
But
Yes,
that's completely irrelevant, though. That's
Max
completely
Rosser
irrelevant.
doesn't hire non-vegans. Everybody at Our World in Data is vegan. Max Rosser is
Are
vegan.
they really?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
I have trouble understanding. How do you reach the conclusion that
I
we
didn't
would
come
have
up with the
food
conclusion.
insecurity?
Hannah Ritchie did. Hannah Ritchie, a vegan, is telling you all that a vegan approach is suboptimal. It's food insecure. I didn't come up with these conclusions. I don't work for Our World in Data, and I don't make nearly as much money as Dr. Hannah Ritchie.
It says online that they're not all vegan. The organization. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Hannah Ritchie's
They're
vegan.
not.
Max Rosser's
That's-
vegan. Joseph Poor, even though he doesn't work at Our World in Data, is vegan as well.
Yeah, but not all the people on Our World of Data, like
They
all the
sh-
researchers are.
They are.
No, they're not. I looked it up.
You looked up all the researchers at Our World in Data. I mean, on his staff. So does this say like people who contribute?
So wait, so in the research from Hannah Ritchie, she
Yeah.
says that. So wait,
read the summary.
research
Read the
shows-
summary. Just read the summary for what you're talking about.
Well, it was a while ago that I linked it, so I'm trying to find mine.
Just click on the summary and it'll tell you it includes poultry and fish. It says replace beef and dairy with poultry and fish and eggs. It also says or a vegan, plant-based. She even indicates in her research that the vegan approach was hypothetical and more involved in the environmental aspects of the research, but it's not a food secure approach because she goes right down below it and she says, here's what I'm actually saying. I'm saying, don't do beef and dairy, do chicken instead. And a very small amount of chicken, I might add. Because again, I'm plant-based. Right? They all say the same thing. It's very confusing. I know this is confusing.
No, I don't understand because it doesn't mention anything about food insecurity. I read the thing.
I posted it all over Discord. She even goes into her own personal website where and I can read it to you. Well, actually, it won't pull up unless I'm in Discord. She goes on to say that even though she is a vegan, and she even gives the excuse, well, we couldn't go vegan overnight, right?
Sure,
so she's the one who kind of coined that thing. We can't go vegan overnight, right? I know you've heard that before. Well,
yes.
But she never gives a timeline of when we could possibly go vegan. No, none of them do. You could look up Patrick Brown. I mean, you could look up Patrick Brown and all that kind of stuff, but he doesn't. His timeline is so convoluted, and he's been debunked so many times, right? So, I mean, you're going to go, and if you do like an ISO or something like that, you're going to find more stuff on like Emily Cassidy.
Yeah, but wait, you're not saying why it creates food insecurity. Can you just please
It's resource restrictive, right? So the ocean is 71% of the surface area of this planet, right? We're called the blue planet. Okay, so in a vegan diet approach, you could only utilize 1% of the ocean, right? Because that's the only areas where you can grow kelp and seaweed and all that kind of stuff. So you're losing out on the largest portion of this planet, and that is the ocean.
But we don't need to. That's the whole point. It would be rewilded, which is better.
That. You keep saying all this rewild and we don't need food. So you're saying we don't need food.
We do. We need less food than non-vegans.
We need less. Well, that's exactly it. A vegan diet on a global approach would be a lot less food, and you would create a food insecurity, starvation.
You are completely missing what they're saying.
Then me and Hannah Richty are wrong, right? Because I got my information from Dr. Hannah Richty. Right, our wellness data.
He's saying that if I don't understand what's the problem?
Why don't you understand?
I don't understand because obviously we wouldn't need as much land because we feed the crops, which take a lot of land to the
grass
animals.
Is a crop. Grass is 46% of all livestock feed. Right, 86% of all livestock feed right now is non-suitable for human consumption.
Sure, but
there would be trees.
So in a flexitarian, listen, hold on. Chill out. In a flexitarian approach, 100% of all livestock feed will be completely non-suitable, non-edible for human consumption, right?
We wouldn't need to grow these crops. Obviously, we would grow other crops. Which
grass is a crop, and you can't cultivate grass.
That's not sustainable to have grass, just grass for cows.
Why?
It's not.
Grass existed before humans. Why? Grass existed before humans.
No, not the type that they are like.
What type do they have now? Alien type? Is it moon grass? It's grass from this planet.
Stop talking over me. Let me talk.
It's grass from this planet.
Basically, there are different types of ecosystems. When you rewild, you would have more forests and you would have different types of ecosystems.
And you would have less food.
Not include just grass.
You would have less food if you rewilded. If you rewilded all this farmland.
Okay. I'm kind of done because you're not listening to what I'm saying.
You're not listening to Dr. Hannah Richty.
I am.
No, you're not. She's vegan and you're not listening to her approach.
You are not understanding what it means.
Okay, tell me what Dr. Hannah Richty means. Tell me what she means.
I have been. You're just talking over me and just getting mad.
Okay, I'll listen.
Renzo, do you want to take over? Because I don't know.
I'm not really understanding because we humans would need so much less food and it's demonstrated that we could perfectly well swap to a plant-based system. And so I'm really not getting where you're going with this. Also, if Hannah recommends,
wait, I'm plant-based, right?
Flexitarian, I think you said.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So a plant-based meat and dairy reduction is what they're talking about. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I can't respond to that right now because but still, when I say plant-based, I mean fully plant-based,
But what do the researchers mean? What are the researchers saying? They're not saying the same thing as you. Why aren't they agreeing with you?
Because it doesn't matter if it's flexitarian or not. What is it that we need in exploiting other animals for the environment?
Food.
We can be vegan and eat vegan food, obviously.
Then why don't other vegan data researchers and data scientists and all this kind of stuff, why don't they also agree with you?
They're not disagreeing with me. They're using flexitarian because it's most likely to happen.
Do you eat fish or poultry?
No.
Okay, then they're disagreeing with you.
Wait, but what does that mean to you that if we went vegan, the world would fall apart for some reason?
Because Dr. Hannah Richty told me. That's why.
She told you that?
Yes, she wrote a paper. I read the paper, and she indicated those informations to me.
So the information is, if we don't export other animals on Earth, the world would be terrible, sustainability-wise. Is that what it means?
Yes.
But what about all the studies that suggest the opposite? And I'm not sure you're
being
very
Those are plant-based studies, right? I'm plant-based. Those are plant-based studies. So I agree with those studies.
Are you arguing facts? A quick Google search. Is a vegan diet better for the environment? Yes, a vegan diet
Can you hear it?
It's better for the environment, but people don't.
I have the links below.
Land use, water consumption, and biodiversity loss.
Yeah, livestock consume green water. Livestock, 93% of cattle consume green water. I can hear him.
Why are you arguing facts? The shit is known.
I have the studies below, like the Guardian linked a study about how being vegan is the most individually impactful thing you can do for the environment.
But you can't eat good weather.
What are you talking about? It's like
He knows better than Oxford scientists. So
No one is.
He's talking about Joseph Poor.
ever.
He said Oxford scientist. He's talking about Joseph Poor.
But this is a valid study,
So,
though.
so Google search Joseph Poor
This guy knows
hamburger.
better than Oxford scientists.
Do you want to?
No, I don't. I agree
Vegan?
with Joseph Poor. I agree with the
No,
Oxford
because I'm playing
scientist.
poker because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, there you go. He's getting. That's at how I'm. Yeah, they get mad. They insult. They can't
I don't
argue.
have time for this idiot.
See, he doesn't have time to read
Google
Dr.
your
Joseph
question.
Poor.
Google will give you the
Stop
answer.
screaming, baby.
See how mad they
Well,
get?
Tyler,
They don't know.
hearing you
They get mad
debate
when you
a
prove
fact.
that a
It's like
plant-based
arguing that the
diet,
sky is blue.
plant-based
Sit
diet is a food secure approach. I agree with the plant-based diet.
It does
I follow
not.
a
Like,
plant-based
what's
diet.
the study that says that? Because the Anna
You just
Richard
read
does
it.
not say
You
that.
posted it.
It's not what it is. It does not mean that.
Then
Where in
why
it
don't you
does it say
contact?
that?
Why don't you contact Dr. Richie and
Why are you
tell
talking to
her
this
what it
clown
says?
troll?
Will she answer me?
Stop talking to him.
See, I'm a troll. All non-vegans are trolls. All non-vegans are trolls.
No, I didn't
We're
say
all
that.
bots. We're all trolls. I get
He's
it.
mad.
I'm the
I'm
king
not.
of the trolls.
Yeah, but like you saying ask her, but why can't you tell me like if the study says that
It's
like you say,
resource restricted. It's a resource restrictive
and what
diet.
does that mean?
So you can't
That you
use
don't use as many
you can't use
resources.
99% of the ocean.
You don't need to use 99% of the ocean. That's why
that-
you're not using it.
Yeah, right. So you don't need the land and you don't need the ocean.
I
And
need
you don't
some
need
land,
food.
way less land.
Yeah, way less
than
food.
non-vegans.
Yeah, you need way less food on a vegan approach because
Yes.
people are starved to death. Less people equals less
would-
food.
No,
It just takes
she's
less
saying
resources to make the same amount
Why
of food.
doesn't Dr. Hannah Richie agree with
I
you?
don't know about her personally. I don't know about her.
She's
like,
vegan. She's
okay,
vegan.
I don't speak for all vegans. I just talk about
sorry,
the evidence.
she's recommending a flexitarian approach. She's not vegan, by the way.
She's not.
She is
Yeah.
vegan.
Yeah.
Google if she's vegan. She is vegan. She even has an article where she talks about being
She
vegan.
recommends eating chicken, so she's not vegan.
Well, because she's not an unethical person. She's an
So it's-
honest person.
You're not explaining how if I make the same
Hold on.
amount of food
Can
with
I
less
try to
resources
explain?
and less land, how is that unethical?
I will
don't
try to
understand.
explain. I will try to explain, right? Let's say you're on an island, right? And you're vegan, right? Because we're basically on an island. 71% of the surface area of the earth is covered in ocean water, right? 11% ice. So we're on an island with ice on the top of it and the bottom. Anyways, so you can't utilize 2/3 of the farmland on this island, and you can't utilize 99% of the ocean on this island. It's food restrictive approach, right? So you can't use all the resources available. You can't exploit every single resource for human needs and food requirements. So it's a food insecure approach.
But you can. You just don't need to.
Then why hasn't a vegan written an article saying that it is a food secure approach? Why are they all writing
Because
plant-based?
it is what I see in every study that I've seen on the environment is that we need less.
Yeah, environment is different than food supply.
But what
Right?
makes again? It's not. You're not providing evidence to show that it's
What's
food
the most
insecure.
sustainable mode of transportation?
Biking.
Okay, but is that the most effective, efficient, right? If you had to wait for all of your food to get to the grocery store by bicycle, right, people would starve to death.
Okay, and how does that apply to
I
this?
can't draw every conclusion to you.
I don't understand because we're not obviously we
Okay,
would have
what is the
enough
most
food because we would
sustainable
have
mode of transportation? What is the most sustainable mode of transportation?
I already said it.
Okay, you already said it. Is that the most effective mode of transportation?
Okay, but why is vegan food not effective?
Because it's resource restrictive. You're
But
not
we don't need as much
utilizing.
resources. You're just running in circles. We don't need as many resources. It doesn't make any sense what you're saying because what we're saying is that we have all these resources. We don't need to use all of them. That's all it
That's
is. We still
exactly
have them
what
if we
you're
need them.
saying. That's what you're saying, and I
Okay, I'm
agree
done
that
because
that's
we're
what
running
you're
in
saying.
circles.
See, because you don't believe that we need as many resources as we need.
It's not me believing; it's the studies saying that
Can you show me the studies that aren't
in the
flexitarian?
description.
Is that
It's not about
flexitarian?
being. It doesn't matter if it's flexitarian because it still applies. You know,
Okay. Well, yeah.
it's
I
not a
mean,
vegan study.
a blue car is the same thing as a red car, right? So this
Yeah.
study is the same thing as any other study. And if that's going to be the measure of your resolve, then
I don't know
flexitarian
what
is
you're
vegan.
saying.
You're saying that flexitarian
I'm
doesn't
saying
matter. Veganism
okay.
is the same
No,
thing.
I'm done. I'm done. You're just twisting what I'm saying and not trying to. It's fine. Renzo, do you want to?
Oxford
no,
scientists have proven it.
Tell me that's not a bad argument. Tell me I have a bad
because you're not
argument.
hearing it.
Oxford
Stop,
scientists
stop.
confirm vegan diet is better for the planet.
He's saying environment, right? What's the best mode of transportation for the environment? Do you see what I'm saying?
Renzo?
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Okay, what is the most sustainable mode of transportation? Do you want to answer, sir, or person, other person?
Tell us what are you saying?
So environmental is different than efficiency, than food security. Those are not the same
Like
thing.
I think that you're claiming that it's not gonna be that we're gonna have food insecurity if we turn to a vegan diet or a vegan food system.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that is supported by evidence. That's my problem. I'm like not
Do
really
you not trust
understanding this.
Dr. Hannah Richty? Do you not trust her? Is she not accredited enough? She is vegan, by the way.
No, she's not. If
She has stated
she's,
multiple times that she follows a vegan diet at least.
but she recommends chicken though,
I know. And I'm sorry
right?
she does, but she does. I feel bad. You know, I do raise
Okay.
livestock, and I don't enjoy causing harm to animals. It's not pleasurable. It's not enjoyable, but it's food. It's the food security that matters. Human food security matters, right?
If you swapped to vegan, would that make any difference in that sense?
For me personally, no. I could be vegan easily.
So in that sense, why aren't you vegan?
It's not a food secured approach. I don't want to be part of a genocidal food insecurity.
Okay, and I should see evidence of that. I didn't. I've
You
never heard
provided
that.
it, right? Didn't you post Our World in Data? Didn't Lucie post Our World in Data? Dr. Hannah Richty's article? I can't see
Yes,
my screen.
and
So
you're
you all
saying that
provided
is
my resources for me. There's your source.
Sure, but you're saying that doesn't support a vegan food system.
No, it gives a hypothetical,
plant-based.
but it's plant-based. Yeah, it gives a hypothetical vegan scenario, but it only focuses on the environmental aspect, right? The planet, but not the people on the planet. Right? Nice weather is great. It's wonderful, right? Ice in the polar regions is great. Okay, that's amazing. But food insecurity is starvation, and it's horrible.
But if you don't take care of the environment, like you have food insecurity because then you have disasters. So it does.
Correct. It's a
link to
trade-off. It's a trade-off, right?
Yeah, but again, what in that is about food security?
It's resource restrictive.
I think we're done. I'm sorry, we're going.
I mean,
in
I
circles.
can't make up a new answer. Those are the correct answers.
Well, it's not a good enough answer. It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
What would
I've
be
explained.
a good answer? What would be a good answer?
That I don't know, because I mean, I'm not gonna think up on the spot like the good answer, because it doesn't make sense. Like, just because we're not using the resources doesn't mean that we are or somehow food insecure. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I can't.
Yeah, well, we're done then.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't very helpful.
Yeah, no, you weren't very helpful. What was that? What the hell was that?
I'm gonna have to study that up though.
Sure, but again, it didn't. I mean, I'm not gonna repeat it. It doesn't make sense. What he said was like he said, as if like he was using that study as if it was evidence to food insecurity, when he didn't explain the evidence. Like, it didn't make sense. It wasn't evidence.
Right.
I don't understand. But yeah, sure. Like, let's, and if you find stuff that's helpful in the next stream, we can talk about it. I'm lost too, by the way. Vegan heretic. What the hell was that? To me, it sounded like a very strange red herring, like a strange distraction. I don't know what the hell that was, but we should have ended the conversation earlier, I think, because it wasn't very productive. But okay. I guess we're done. 3:20.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted.
We got here.
What's that?
Well, I'm gonna have to check what he was saying about this study that was for like flexitarian approach and not a fully when I hear like
But how does that mean that?
plant-based.
How does that mean that if you don't do the flexitarian way, then you would be food insecure?
Right, exactly.
The meat and dairy industry is responsible for all the climate change.
Babe.
Yeah, but this, yeah, are you there, Lucy?
Sorry, I had to mute myself. It's going off.
Yeah, but I've heard some points, anyways, coming from there. But yeah.
Yeah. Well. Okay. What a weird way to end the stream.
We got a vegan. The middle conversation. Yes.
I guess. And it's so strange. Why did you come at us so mad? Why can't you explain it just calmly and then we can figure it out? Like you were attacking us like it was our fault or something. I don't know. Like we're unethical because of food insecurity, but you're not explaining how that's food insecurity. That doesn't make any sense. I saw a thing about like how it's actually like it's because you are using less resources actually better because it would actually like it's easier to feed people because we're using less resources and it's more sustainable, whatever. Like it is better for everyone because you're using less resources and land, therefore, and you still have the same amount of food. That's what we're saying. I don't understand. It's like he thinks we're starving people. Like we're gonna eat just as much.
Yes, that's why I was just not understanding. I feel I think the same way as you, Lucy, and I was just looking up, and I just during this conversation I was not finding any evidence of his claims, so that's why I said I'm gonna study.
He thinks it's genocide because. That's what he linked in the chat. Like he didn't link it. I just looked it up. Rom sent you the number 6. So we're okay. Yeah, go away. Like, come on, you're so ridiculous.
So, like in summary, he was saying like flexitarian approach is the way. Whereas if we go fully plant-based in the food system, we will all starve, something like that.
Why?
And yeah.
Why? Why?
So
why just by not using other animals it would make us insecure? Like, okay, you're really deflecting like crazy. Like you're distracting from the main issue of animal use with a concern that is so wild with no base. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm so.
But thank you though, because in my case, I'm gonna pay attention to what this person said, reading these studies. Sure. But during the conversation, I just didn't find there was any like convincing. I was trying to look, but yeah, like if the evidence points that the claims were not true, so I just would need to. I'm gonna look that up, but. He kept saying this thing, and there.
And next live, you can let us know what you found.
Yeah.
I was looking stuff up too, and also like I was looking at the World in Data article, and in the summary, it wasn't. I mean, okay, she said flexitarian stuff, but does that mean that it's food insecure? Whatever, it's just fine. Yeah. Apart from that, what should we say before we leave?
In data.
It's the exact opposite. The reality is the exact opposite of what he's saying. It's animal-based diets that destroy the environment, which causes food scarcity.
Yeah.
So it's literally the exact opposite of what he was saying.
Yes.
Right.
Anyways,
and
guys,
that's a good.
if you
Sorry, that's a good point.
Sorry.
By the way, like just Drew said that what happens to the environment causes food insecurity.
Well, yeah,
right?
because
so,
of like
but
it
this
messes with ecosystems and stuff. So
right. So this person was
nice
like
weather is actually really
correlating-
important for food security, sir.
Right. And this person was like, oh no, like it's nice to have some ice, but I don't want to starve to death. But it's connected.
But like he says, like, do you eat livestock feed? But obviously we wouldn't grow that for ourselves. And besides all the like the land that is used for these crops, we would just rewild because we wouldn't need as much. But again, let's stop repeating ourselves. This is crazy. And let's talk about the fact that we're doing this every Saturday, same time, apart from if like we'll let you know if we're not doing it a certain Saturday. And yes, apart from that, I will be on Wednesday, usually always with, so far, with Anna on her TikTok and YouTube. We did it once, it was great. And please follow my TikTok so that we can go live there. Apart from that, Renzo's channel is below. He's going to make a certain vegan channel on YouTube apparently in the future, but for now he prefers if you follow him on Instagram.
TikTok. Yes, I just started my vegan channel on, sorry, not channel, my vegan Instagram. And it's Lucie just posted it there in the description. It was a bummer call, but I'm open
to learning, but that didn't make any sense.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's an opportunity to.
You gotta take people seriously. We never know if you gotta learn something.
Right,
you know?
right.
Unfortunately, that was a waste of time a little bit, but we learned stuff. There was no one else who was ready to talk to us. Yeah, so that's why we need to go on TikTok so that there's more callers. So follow me. There's the link below. Please be vegan and speak up for the animals. Follow Renzo and me, please. And and remember that activism can take many, many forms. So don't feel like you have to do something like this. You don't. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna see each other next Saturday. Hopefully, if Lucie gets enough followers there, we're gonna do it over on TikTok.
We're not gonna go live together anymore because it's only 2 guests. So sorry about that, guys.
You mean like the vertical format on YouTube? Yes.
Yeah, that's what it doesn't work.
If we're gonna do it this way, if we don't get the followers on TikTok yet, but that's coming soon, and we will fix all of the technical problems that we've had so far. We're gonna get better at this. So thank you all for being here, and have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
And see you next Saturday. All right.
Bye.
Ciao, guys.